I forgot we turned off the music last time about how good the Mario Kart OST is, but right now all you're gonna hear is this if I don't turn on my music, so let's get that fixed. How's everybody doing tonight? We're back with more Mario Kart World free roam. Not that much left of it actually is, well, in the docket going forward because we're around 81% complete. That's a good chunk of it. There's still a lot more left, but at the same time, I feel like we're going to be seeing the end of the Mario Kart World tunnel soon. And then Mario can finally park his car for however long it takes until the next major update that adds more stuff. But either way, we got some stuff to do in Mario Kart World here tonight. I'm going to mainly focus on getting the remaining stuff unlocked that we haven't so far, because at the end of last session, we got ourselves Mirror Mode unlocked, which was a big trial on its own by going through all the Knockout Tour and Grand Prix stuff. So now we can use Mirror Mode in the free roam if we want. Don't really know how much of that I'm actually going to do. I'm going to do that for a little bit to start tonight, and there'll be a very specific reason why. So, without any further ado, let's swap over to the game itself so I can talk about exactly what we're going to do to start tonight out. Hey there, Ethan. How you doing? Also on the YouTube side. Hey, Aiden, how you doing as well? I do agree, though. Your message didn't show up because of how I started the stream late. But, yeah, I do acknowledge it's good that we don't have much on the side of bad news. There is still bad news with the Microsoft thing, but I kind of gave my 2 cents about it on Tuesday. It's not good. But at this point, I'm just numb. So I'm just going to play Mario Kart World and not be numb anymore and actually feel something. So to start tonight, I want to elaborate on the character situation here, because there's a lot of different characters we still need to unlock in the game. You can easily see that by just going over here to the right side, it's the right sort. We got character costumes to get. We also have some minions to collect as well. So I took the liberty of working on a spreadsheet here of the things we've gotten and we haven't gotten. And in particular, this is all the stuff that we're going to be working on to start. This should take maybe about 30 minutes, I would hope, at most. It shouldn't be that long, because we actually got a lot of the characters already so far. I mean, look at all that. Look at all the things that are checked off. There's still a lot. I'm not going to kid myself. There's still a lot of stuff. But either way, we're going to start with this tonight. Mario Kart World has two different types of collectibles for characters. You have the unlocks by the costumes here with the food, and then you also have the unlocks by doing a specific thing in the game, or prerequisite of some kind. We already got all the characters from just doing the Grand Prix stuff, so all that's done. It's just the Kamek unlocks now, which, as you can see, we just have 4. A Cataquack, which I gotta expand this because it's a little broken. Charging Chuck. Cataquack, Coin Coffer, Conch Door, and Fishbone. Those are the only ones I'm actually missing at this point. And, well, I did increase the other things. I'm gonna increase everything else so I can actually see. I don't have a location thing for these characters, although I think I know exactly where I can go for the unlocks of everyone else. But I do have in the food area here what the food is and where the locations are for the character costumes. So the first one here, for example, Baby Peach, to get her Explorer costume, it's best to go to Acorn Heights to get some pancakes. You unlock the costume. So this won't take terribly long to get all this stuff based on these notes. And that's the big help. We got a lot of the unlocks just by playing the game normally. So now that we unlocked everything from Grand Prix and Knockout Tour, now this is the time that this is making sense to do, because I'm not going to have an opportunity to really do much outside of driving around in free roam now to get these characters. So we'll get them now. Why not? So to start out, I'm going to need a friend. But I'm lonely. Who has friends? Not me. So we have a second controller. We'll have to just do this one. I mean, this is a meme, but I can always go online, have someone help me for this. I honestly, even though I can do that, I prefer actually doing this in the single player environment. Just take 2 controllers like this, because then I can just have one character park somewhere, the other character just get a Kamek item and constantly roll. Because to do the Kamek stuff, what we're going to be doing is just picking any character. Doesn't matter the cart combo, but we're going to do custom items. This is the big one. With custom items, we can turn anything on and off. So turn everything off but Kamek. Then from here, we can just pick a course and get the characters. And I'm going to start over here to get Fishbone in particular, because it's pretty guaranteed that you'll get Fishbone and Dry Bones burnout. Not 100% guaranteed, but very likely. I forgot I had the computers on. Alright, well, I guess the first race is going to be kind of weird, but whatever. Yeah, the Fishbone is kind of one of the more annoying characters, but thankfully it's not going to be that big of a deal, because I can just use these Kamek items and just kind of spam it. This is what helps now that we have, I'm just going to throw out the CPU so I can do this reliably. This helps now that we have this part of the update. Having custom items is going to make this so much easier. I don't have to worry. I wasn't paying attention to the CPU thing, so that was my bad. No calm. That's what you actually want. Alright, now it's easy. Yeah, no, I'm not doing the old method. The old method is just... This was the old method, actually. Just load up versus with 2-player and get the items, but you had luck to deal with. That's the problem. But now there's no more luck. If you can just do custom items against yourself like this is very easy to spam. Unfortunately, it's still a lot of luck. Oh, yeah, also, this character will never be able to drive backwards because of the smart steering. Turn that crap off. Literally the worst thing. Wait, how's everyone doing tonight? Good to hear you're doing good yourself there, Ethan. It's been kind of like a chill week, I will say, outside of, like I said, the Microsoft thing, but that's just a whole other argument. But, yeah, honestly, it's just been a tiring week because I haven't really been getting that much sleep. That's just a me problem. I had 2 nights this week in general. I didn't fall asleep until the sun came up. Done. Well, we're just going to keep on getting everything but what I want. To be fair, I could, now thinking about it, if I can get behind Mario, then I can use him now too because of the custom item. And sure enough, first try! As soon as I did that, that just made it so much easier. Well, that's just funny. Yeah, to me, I knew where to get these characters by the time I was grinding out the unlocks for the Kamek items. So this part, it was easy enough to figure it out with guides online. People had very well documented locations for this stuff. Problem I had was just luck, because the old method is just all this. Hope you get the Kamek item, but now that you can turn everything off but the items you want, this is just so much better. The method of the UFO, we've gotten a good amount of characters from the UFO, so I'm not going to say that was a bad way of doing this. It was way better than versus mode for a while. But this is just, yeah, you just do this. This is way better. Alright, now park him and take the second controller to drive over. This is the only real annoying part. You can do this easily yourself at home because since the Switch comes with 2 different Joy-Con, you can just use Joy-Con on their side. And this will technically work. It's not as comfortable as using a proper controller, but it does work. That didn't hit you? Oh, okay. Problem is, this course starts in water. If you park in water, you just move forward. Alright, there's Contour. Is it possible for me to get the coin collector here? I don't know. Coin coffer is definitely the more hit or miss one to get. Cataquack, I can just go to a beach and that should be good enough. I think I know where I want to go for that. It's just coin coffer, I'm not 100% sure the best location. Down a problem right now, Ethan, trying to get a certain game on PS3. It's rising in price. Can't get it because it won't be in town next week. Yeah, that's unfortunate timing. If you're specifically looking for a listing of anything, it sucks when you're not actually able to dedicate the time to look. Well, hopefully you can find what you're looking for, especially at a decent price. That is the hard part about collecting games nowadays. It's just finding anything decent on the used market. I'm at a system in question. Everything has just gone up way higher than it did, like, even 5 years ago. This is comical to see the two Contours fight over first place right now. Alright, use this one. Hey, coin coffer! Sick! We only need to get Cataquack left, and that's why I'm here? Because I believe Cataquack is pretty guaranteed on this specific course. But the funny thing is I just got coin coffer twice in a row, so... that's neat. And there he is. We're done. That was literally all of the unlock characters. See how much easier that was? Compared to, like, 1.0 days of just gamble? There are some times you don't want to go gambling, and that is one of those cases. Now the rest of this we can do in actual free roam mode, because to actually get the costumes for characters, we can do this anywhere. And it's more preferred to do this in free roam, because you can just jump around with loading. So... what we're going to do now is, because we unlocked mirror mode, I don't like using mirror mode for collection purposes, because when the map is literally flipped, I can't tell where I'm going on a tracker. So I'm not going to be doing collecting in mirror mode, I think, going forward. But we can, however, do some of the costume stuff right now in free roam. That's not that big of a deal. As a reminder, once you unlock mirror mode in the game, drive into Peach here in Peach Stadium, and now the entire game has been flipped. So now we get to do the fun part of driving around to different locations. I'm just going to try to cycle through all the outfits in each location so we don't have to keep on going back. This will make things a little bit faster. Unfortunately, my menu is going to be a hot mess because it's going to jump around to so many different characters. But let's start out with Baby Peach here. Yeah, well, someone didn't even like 20 minutes. I think it was like maybe 10 to get the characters. I was shocked how fast that was. Yeah, Kamek item specifically being Kamek almost does limit the character from being in the game now. It was nice to see that we got Kamek after all these years. Because Kamek was supposed to be in Mario Kart 64, but obviously that didn't happen. That character was scrapped in favor of, I believe it was the N64 Donkey... no, not Super Nintendo Donkey Kong, the one that was made by Rare. They replaced the character with him and seemed like last minute in the code. Who am I looking for now? I think it was Bowser Jr. I wanted. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be the only annoying part, is just going back and forth from the menu. But you can see the general idea here. Just pick a character, drive in the food a couple times that you need, and make sure there's nothing else in that area that you need to unlock before you leave. The less loading zones, the better. Also, stick in a wall, and that makes things so much easier. Where is Wario? Here he is. Yeah, Kamek got the chance, only to be taken away. Wait, wasn't Kamek also in Mario Kart Tour as well? Which, that's a double whammy, because now Mario Kart Tour won't exist after, what, a couple months from now? There's a lot of mobile games being announced this week being shut down. I know that was one of them that really irritated a lot of people. Myself included. As someone who doesn't play these mobile games, like I know, what was it? The Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core mobile game and then Mario Kart Tour, both literally the same day were announced to be shut down. And that sucks. Because as someone who doesn't play these games, it's not going to affect me, but I know people who do play those kind of games put money into them, and now that money is just gone. Which is so dumb. That's why I don't like when games are just pulled like this, and unfortunately have no offline version, because they already confirmed these mobile games aren't having any offline versions, which is pretty dumb. Never, hey, for games like that. Like, never do the free-to-play microtransaction stuff, because there's a very good chance one day that money's just not gonna amount to anything. I've always said those kind of games are paid to lose, and they are really proving that point more and more over the years by just delisting them without any offline version. That is just anti-consumer. I hate it. And I don't get specifically from Mario Kart Tour's reason. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, I believe, was the game that they also did this with, like, last year or the year before or something like that. But Nintendo did offer an offline version, so I was like, why can't they just do that for Tour? I know it's a little more complicated, so they probably don't want to put the work in, but that still sucks. Yeah, Piranha Plant Pipeline, it's funny you mentioned that in particular. That's like the one course that wasn't ported, from what I understand, from Tour into any other game. But I believe they're also running an event, I think, right now for that course in Tour, which is like the most unironic timing for that. It's like almost tone deaf. Alright, that should be everyone here. I got a lot in Cheap Falls to get. Oh, it's raining. We haven't really seen rain much in this series, and I think it's going away, so we're really not going to see much rain. I've seen it like here and there driving around the world, but it's like as soon as you see the rain in Mario Kart World, it just stops. Almost like real life. When it rains here, it then stops in 5 minutes. I wonder why I'm still in an area that's considered in a drought. It's because of that. Which is ironic, given how this is normally the most wet time for Florida, because it's like raining every day normally, but for some reason this year we barely gotten anything. Pick it up a bit, but not by much. Yeah, that's true, Aiden. I'm in the same boat because I never played much of Tour outside of like the first month that it came out, so I've never played that Piranha Pipeline stage either. I've heard people say it was a pretty good stage in the game, but just trying to play a mobile game with just touchscreen control is not great, especially when it's a kart racer, so I couldn't really stick with it. It's a shame that game never got controller support, because I have a controller grip for my phone. I bought that like a few years ago when I was doing more game streaming from my PC to my cell phone for Steam games. And yeah, that would have been a great use case for it. But I never had controller support, so that was kind of dumb. I get it. How many people are playing mobile games with an actual controller? So I'm not going to put the time and resources into making that. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense, though, for your sake, Ethan. Like, not getting rain in this time of year in the desert is pretty expected, even though it still is bad. Don't need it raining every day, just maybe once a week, just to keep the ground wet. Especially because this past week was 4th of July. So a lot of people were shooting off fireworks, and that doesn't help when the ground is dry as brittle. It rained like the day before, so we kind of got lucky about that this year. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to rain at all going to the 4th, because there had been fires around the area, which has not been great. Like, not like recently, but I know of like the past couple months there have been fire here and there because of how dry it's been. Let's go. Yesterday, when I was actually going to the store, I witnessed a car on the side of the road that caught on fire. So that tells you right there, it's not good. Although that's unrelated to the drought thing. That was just, from what I understand, I don't know what exactly happened, but it definitely looked like the car had like an oil leak or something. So that wasn't great. Hopefully they're okay. Oh, the mirror mode's hitting me because I'm supposed to go right here normally for food, but I gotta go left because it's mirrored. This still counts as Crown City, so I could just grab this and drive in front of the toad. Oh, it did not. That was not a pro racer. I need a cake. So what is this? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's burgers, that's why. Burger's worthless. I need a cake. This'll do. There you go. It's not really a cake, it's ice cream, but that's it. Yeah, fast food cake, everyone's favorite. Like I'm going to a Wendy's and just ordering, like, well, the ice cream sundae or something instead of the burger. Actually, what am I? No, I'm touring. Okay, I was gonna say. I need Pro Racer. That's not it either. That's kind of funny how that worked for Bowser, but not for Luigi. So I need to find some other place serving food. These trucks kind of would count for that, but unfortunately the trucks aren't guaranteed drop. So going to a food truck driving down the road isn't necessarily going to give you what you want. So I'm not going to want to bank on getting food from them. That is true. I agree with that sentiment, Ethan. If you want ice cream or maybe even a cake of some kind, it makes more sense for Dairy Queen. I don't have a Dairy Queen in this area anymore, unfortunately. So that's kind of a thing I won't be able to do, which sucks. Oh, I got the Gondolor costume as Luigi. I wasn't even planning on that. Sure. Well, I guess while I'm here, if it's just coffee and chips, I can get these other characters knocked out I would normally use this food with. Because I found a decent location. There's a lot of different food in this specific area. But it's kind of hard to find exactly what you want. And it's rotating around between two different things. They both count as the same kind of food, so it doesn't count. Okay. I needed coffee and chips for Bowser. I thought that would count, but I guess not. Alright, let's go back to the original mission, because this is not going to work. I need to find... I'm just going to warp, because this will be faster. I need to find, in Crown City, the cakes. I thought cakes were going to be near the shoreline area. That's why I was going down to the beach. But maybe they're higher up. Oh, this is bad. One time I actually don't want any items. Nothing out here. Maybe we could just take our chances and get whatever this is. Just to kind of hope. That's more pizza. It didn't matter. Burger. Again, I'm finding everything but what I want. Yeah, food in this game does look really good. Do agree. For cartoony looking food, it's actually very detailed. That's why a lot of video games have really good looking food nowadays. It really does help about the HD graphics for games. Just really standing out. Where do I get a cake in Crown City? I've gotten every other food but cake. This is snacks. Oh, I got mechanic out of that. So that's at least good. It's one I was going for, but that is a costume I do need. There's cake at Peach Beach. We can try that then. That'll probably make this a little bit easier. Unfortunately, that is supposed to be a guaranteed drop in Crown City, but there's so many different vendors, it's hard to find the one you're actually wanting. There we go. Now that's what we're looking for. We'll just use this area in place of Crown City. There's a lot more guaranteed. And it's funny, out of all that work, I literally only needed 2 characters. Technically 3 because of Bowser, but either way, that was kind of dumb that we didn't get what we wanted this whole time. Because I'm done. That's all I needed. So now I'm going to get some baby costumes here. Because I need Curry in particular, and that's just here. This is the one part that is kind of annoying about getting all the costumes. It's just the constant back and forth. You're meant to get these throughout the time of playing Mario Kart World, but honestly, with how random the food is while driving around in the game, it is just more likely you're going to get costumes in free roam, and this just makes more sense to do. Thankfully, we'll know when we're done because there won't be any characters left on the unlock screen. That's in a question mark, so it'd be very easy to tell when we're done. I think I have one more costume left for actual Rosalina, not even just the baby version. And this should be it. Because we got most of her costumes just by playing as her throughout the adventure. Okay, you're just not going to give it to me? After finding the curry we needed? I don't have arrow. Oh, I was using arrow. Never mind, I already have that. I literally picked the costume I was needing. So actually, I think I do have all of her costumes. Alright, now back to Peach. And now we're going to want Dino Jungle to make our next costume pretty easy. This is the only thing that's going to be here, though. Like, one costume unlocked for Peach. I think we were here as Mario, so we got the other thing he needed in Dino Jungle, funny enough. But it's hard to remember how I unlocked his Dune Rider costume. There, that's done. This is the kind of sad part, because we're not going to be hearing much of these songs. If you like this song, too bad, we got to warp. And that's how most of this is going to be, unfortunately. Surprising, I only have like 3 costumes here in total I need. We got a lot of the costumes just from playing the game in free roam and by doing the knockout GP stuff. That's why it doesn't really matter about this part now. That's why I'm saying I don't think this is going to take any more than like a few minutes. At least in theory it would. And there we go. Now next up is an area we haven't really been yet. Not that one. Not wrong. This one. Outside of getting Fishbone, we haven't been here for anything. And I'm still not going to do anything here yet. I kind of want to finish in this area. So we're not going to get any of the collectibles. We'll come back for them later. Yeah, it looks like, I guess it was Pro Racer Rosalina. I mismarked one of these earlier, I guess, when I was making the notes. I made these like an hour before stream, so I probably would have made a mistake. Okay, it's not a big deal. Because we're going down the paces, we'll know what we missed by the end. What was that actually? Was that chip and soda? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was right. That's the costume I need. Why isn't it giving me work crew? That's weird. Oh, because it's for Koopa, I'm still playing as Yoshi. Never mind. I thought it was a Yoshi costume for some weird reason. Don't mind me. Yeah, I haven't been to Death Mountain. Don't bring out your bombs here. You will die. Everyone's got to have at least done that once in their playthrough of like Breath of the Wild or even Tears of the Kingdom. Of just pulling out a bomb of some kind, like a bomb arrow, and just blowing themselves up. I feel like that's just a rite of passage playing those games. Because it's something you're probably not going to think of. You just do it because you're in autofocus mode. You just tunnel vision it. I've heard some other people say what you're saying there too, Aiden, where the world of Mario Kart World does seem similar to like Breath of the Wild's map. I think they based a lot of this map, it feels like, off of Hyrule from Breath of the Wild. Like, it just feels like it's a very similar map. I wouldn't be surprised if that's why. I know games do that a lot, where they reuse assets from other games just to make development easier. And it's sometimes very easy to notice that. In the case of this game, the world map is very similar to another open world from the same company. Got so many characters now, I'm struggling to find Birdo. I never play as Birdo, so that's probably why. I don't remember unlocking this costume in my actual game, but I know I did. That's literally how much I don't play as Birdo. Yeah, Atlas games also have that same problem from what I heard too, Ethan, where a lot of the games do share a lot of similarities. And that's also because they reuse a lot of design elements from previous games. It's a very common video game trope. Just a lot of games will reuse stuff from other developments just to make it easier, and it's very noticeable in certain titles. Kind of why people do call it more of a trope than just a trick. Getting a lot of costumes here in Mario Bros. Circuit. I forgot, like, a good chunk of the cast have some food here that gives you an unlock. It's mainly the hot and cold regions being the top of the map, with the desert on the far left. I guess now in my case, far right, because I'm playing it in the wrong way. But yeah, again, that's definitely, I feel like, because they reused a lot of the design from a previous open world game for this, it definitely has that vibe. Kind of using an essential blueprint that was already made. Devil Survivor 2 policemen are reused demon policeman portraits, but they're playing the good guys. Oh, I love my demon good guys. Definitely not a weird thing. But again, that's how you can definitely tell. Again, they're using assets from a different game, and they definitely don't fit. That's the funny ones to me, normally. One I always think of myself has always been, because of how big of a fan I am on the N64 Zeldas, it's Kume and Katake in particular from Ocarina of Time. Because in that game, they were the boss of Spirit Temple. They were bad guys that worked for Ganon, but then in Majora's Mask, instead they're good. They both help you in your quest, and they're friendly, and it just feels like the most polar opposite, but that's because they reuse like a majority of Ocarina's assets in the Majora. Like, everyone knows that. The game was kind of what we would call nowadays an asset flip, but it made the development process way easier back in the 90s. It made sense, but it was funny to see villains be good guys just because they use the same models. They're completely different characters, but they're the same model. Yeah, donuts are good. I haven't had one in a while. But I love me a good donut from time to time. Years ago, my mother actually brought home donuts, it felt like, pretty frequently at her old job, but this was like when I was a kid. So I experienced it a lot because I just had extras at the end of the day, and so she got to bring them home, which was really cool. Because it was like proper bakery donuts from like Dunkin' Donuts. It's not like your little like donut holes you buy at Walmart or something from the bakery section. I miss those days. Yeah, yeah, dude. That would have been hilarious if Majora's Mask just had a random Ganondorf model somewhere and he's just a friend. God, that'd be cursed. That's the one character you can't use in an asset flip because he has to be evil. There's no way. But if you do that, man, you got some explaining to do. Don't get donuts at the airport? Oh, because they don't have time to bake them. Yeah, that makes sense. I never really have gotten airport food myself. At most, I've stopped at like a Quiznos in an airport, like got a sandwich. I've never gotten any baked goods, but that's not surprising to hear what you're talking about, Ethan, if they just don't have time to bake that stuff. Airport food is already kind of seen to be just something you get because you're desperate, because it's never going to be anything good. But hearing it's not even cooked, it's like, well, that sounds like a bad airport. I'm not eating there. I'm good.
Mario time.
All right. Yay.
This is another area we actually haven't really done anything in yet. We've been here a couple times because of races, but I never actually explored Moo Moo Meadows yet. We'll be doing it soon enough. Maybe even in tonight's session, because we'll be sticking to probably the middle part of the world for a bit. I actually clicked the wrong character, but that's not a big deal. Luigi and Peach are literally next to each other on this chart. And we're getting the second costume now anyways. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's not many things left here on the checklist. So now, if I hit the back button, which changed everything. That was fun. Let's go to Shy Guy Bazaar. This is not messing with my head as much to find things on this map to warp to. I know as soon as I'm trying to find any collectibles, that's not the same story. Is there anything here for Luigi? No, we are immediately swapping characters. Cooked from a couple days ago. Just, I'm good on that one. I don't need just stale donuts. That just sounds terrible. That's also true. If I'm not sure which costumes are left, you can always check the map for this. The caveat on that is you have to always hover over the character in question. So it takes a little bit longer to check it this way, but it is a good way of checking.
Let's go. I'm gonna win.
Just for the sake of making things easier for me tonight, I booted the game up beforehand, and I looked over all the characters and just went through a list and checked off the things I had and the things I didn't have already. That made it so much easier to figure out what costumes in particular are left, since now we can just refer to locations. It really helps to know a location check for this. If you really need to find the thing I'm looking for in general with this checklist, it's super easy. Just look up Mario Kart World checklist online, like Mario Kart World character checklist, and you will find the exact Google sheet I'm using for this. The only thing I did was modify it and added check marks to it so I can easily mark things off. That's the only thing that's different here. Other than that, this is basically the same thing as you could just easily find online. Go to the convenience store, get like a bag of candy or trail mix. Yeah, that's a fair thing. Nowadays, I don't really have as many sweets, so I kind of do like a similar thing. Like, I'll just pick up maybe candy once in a while when we're like doing a grocery run. But even then, it's kind of rare. I'll get something like a Kit Kat or like Reese's, like get a pack of one of those. So something kind of simple. No, it's not you. I want a Shy Guy. Where is Shy Guy here? There he is. There's like 3 costumes for him, so it's very easy to miss him on the menu. Alright, I need to see something. We are still missing that one costume, so how did I not get Pro Racer here? I definitely marked up my mistake if that's the case, which is fine. I just gotta find it in my notes. I really don't like how Rosalina's not with the other princesses. She's like way over here for some reason. It's just such a weird thing. Okay, I found it here. Pro Racer. Yeah, mark that off.
Excellent.
Didn't I see cake in this rotation, or was that literally just ice cream? Yeah, that's why I did this now. Yeah, now I can actually mark that off for real, because now I don't have to worry about it.
All right.
Hey, Matt, how you doing? Okay, here's what we have left. I didn't get your costume? I thought for sure I did. She's like one of the easiest ones because it's only one costume. Before I leave, fine, Pauline. I could have swore I had this for some reason, so I accidentally marked it. Well, that's fine. She literally is one of the easier characters. Just like Donkey Kong, they just didn't give her anything. It's extremely disappointing. She only has the one costume. Like, come on, dude. Why only one? There, that's fixed. That's all it is. It's just a racing costume, which is like neat, but man, you could have done so much more. Alright, now we want Wario Stadium. And then last up will be Whistletop Summit. That was the word. Whistle Stop Summit. That's how you actually talk, genius. And then we're done with costumes, which means all characters will be unlocked. That's everything for Mario. Funny enough, he's one of the final costumes we have in the game. Now let's go to Whistle Stop and get coffee and chips for Bowser. What I was trying to do in Crown City before when I saw that item rotation. And it just didn't work out. Oh yeah, long humid day. That's always fun. But I can see you want to actually tell me about it, so you can go ahead and tell me about it.
What do you mean? Oh.
No, about the humid. I know. Yeah, it's like, hey, give it 5 seconds. Oh, that's what he said. But how you doing, man?
I wasn't expecting that. I heard you talking, and all of a sudden, boom, you're talking.
It's like, well, the voice in my head became real all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I gotta tell my therapist about that next week.
Anyways, how are you doing, Lister?
Doing alright. How's it going with you?
Hold on a second.
He's telling his therapist about now how the voices in his head took off.
Sorry, I'm trying to get all situated. Give me 2
No, it's
seconds
all
and I'll answer the question.
That's alright. That's alright. Alright, this will be the last one. Engineer Toad should be all the costumes. We'll verify it by looking at the menu, because there shouldn't be a single character left. Why can't we hear all the voice in your head now? Man, if that's the case, you guys would never have a free moment. Always be someone talking. There we go. That's everyone. All characters are now unlocked, so at this point, it's really just the free roam stuff now, because everything else is unlocked in Mario Kart World. I don't need that spreadsheet anymore. So now we celebrate with yesterday's... that's the wrong one. With yesterday being Wednesday and all. I'll pick Wiggler for a bit. Why not? I like Wiggler. But before we do any free roam stuff, I'm turning off mirror mode now, because this is going to hurt my brain. So no more mirror mode. I gotta play this normal.
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I had to get everything all set up.
Nah, you're good.
Anyways, what was your question? Sorry.
It's not Wigger Wednesday, it's Wigger Thursday. That's still... Someone's getting fired for that comment.
Don't say that out loud.
I'm just reading what we have in memes.
Anyways, what did you ask me?
I'm just saying, like, how you
all
doing?
fried.
That's all. You know, the typical intros.
I'm alright. I'm just extremely tired today. Like, I had to do a lot. First off, it poured, raining, and storming, thunderstorm, everything. Early this morning.
Ethan and I be over here just
right
be
when I
asking,
was-
like, share the rain, we need it. We were just talking about that earlier, too.
It was pouring down rain this morning, and it was thunderstorm and everything else. I got up, and Amber was like saying, "Don't you hear that?" And I was like, "I thought that was stuff upstairs getting moved. No, there's thunder outside." Can you share your storms?
See, that's what I'm saying. We need water, man.
It was bad, but yeah, it rained, but man, I kind of wish it stayed that way, because I would have been happy, but...
Was it one of those that rained for all 5 minutes and it just stopped?
No.
Oh.
More like it rained for like 2-3 hours.
Oh,
And it stopped.
okay, that's a good amount.
Yeah, but no, it's like... I got up this morning, Amber's telling me, "Oh, do you hear that? It's storming outside." And I was like, "Oh, well, and then my next question was like, "A tornado warning, tornado watch in effect right now?" She said, "No." I said, "I guess I'm going to work then."
It's like, well, doesn't change anything here.
So, and to be perfectly honest, that was a nightmare to get to work this morning. Is man, I was like, in the car and had to go like 20 miles below the speed limit because, I'm afraid of hydroplaning.
Yep.
So,
Never fun driving in that much rain.
Because it was storming at 4 o'clock in the morning, I can't see anything. My windshield, it's raining so fast or so much that my windshield wipers can't keep up with the rain on my car. So it was a deal. And then whenever I got to work, there's like a freaking river of water down in the courtyard. I'm like, ugh. So I have to just waddle through it with my shoes, and honestly, I just hate... There's one thing, and I know this is kind of weird to say, and I hope this isn't TMI or anything like that, but I cannot stand the feeling of wet feet in socks.
Oh yeah.
That
No, I wouldn't say
bothers
that's a
the heck
TMI thing. It's a texture thing, and not everyone really cares for that because of just how
If my
uncomfortable it
socks are
is.
soggy, it bothers the heck out of me, and my feet start itching like a mother trucker. I can't stand it. Ugh.
Yeah,
I
it's just
hate
very
soggy
uncomfortable.
socks, and especially when it's raining. I like rain. Don't get me wrong. I love rain. Actually, I shouldn't say I like it. I love it, but having to go outside
Yeah.
when it's raining, another story.
Yeah.
Having
Oh
to
yeah. When
drive.
it's raining, you always want to be indoors, but
Yeah.
it never seems it works out that way because you always got to do something.
But yeah, I can't stand soggy socks, and that's what I had to deal with for most of the morning. And it made my feet really flare up really bad with irritation, because I don't know. I think my feet are just susceptible. So after I had that trench foot, it didn't a couple years ago. My feet have been really sensitive to just any sort of moisture. Drives me nuts. And
Yeah, that's fair.
well, it rained like a good 3 hours this morning. It stopped about 7 by the time I went to first break, and I was like, and it was nice and cool outside because it just rained. It was breezy and everything else. It was nice. I said, man, I hope it stays like this the rest of the day. Nope.
Yep.
Come lunchtime, it's like 98. And it's humid because it just rained.
Yep.
And
Which is
I'm
the worst part.
dying. And I'm dying in this hot, humid warehouse. Ugh. Can't stand it. I hate summer. I hate summer so much. I really do.
Yeah, remember when we were kids, we were all like, I love summer, it's like the best season. But that was because we had off for summer for school. And as soon as you become an adult, it's like the worst time of the year. Please reset. Take us to any other season. Just like,
I hate
as
summer
soon as
so
you experience it, you just don't want to be in
It's not
summer
so
anymore.
much the heat. Like, the heat, yeah, is bad. I agree. The heat is bad. I hate it. But that's not what I hate the most. I mean, I live in Missouri, so it's humid as heck in here. I hate humidity with a burning passion because it makes a night and like a day that's 90 feel like it's 120 outside,
Yep.
and it's bad, and I hate it. But
That's
not
always the
worst
biggest
part.
problem.
I love when fall and winter come around because those darn bugs can go back to hell where they belong. I hate summer because mosquitoes are just.
Yep. Nature's pest.
I literally told people at work, "Oh, okay, Ethan, you have a good dinner, buddy."
Yeah, we'll see in a bit.
Yeah, it is too hot. I hate summer because it's
It
too
really
hot.
is.
I hate bugs so much. Like, well, stuff that flies in your face. Stuff that flies in your face bothers the heck out of me because I don't like it when things are in my face. Like, I know not many people do, but like, I have like a really bad reaction to things close to my face.
Don't tell.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
hate me,
like
bud.
bugs especially, it drives me up the wall. I've already told people at work, I said, look, if there's a mosquito and it lands on me, I'm giving you consent to slap the holy tar out of me. I don't care as long as that guy is dead. Just kill it.
On the
I
mosquito
don't
too.
care.
People are like, what? Hang on. I need to roll back on that previous thing you just said.
Yeah. I said, I don't care if you slap the holy tar out of me. I just want you to kill that mosquito. Make sure he's dead. If you see him on me, and I don't see it, 'cause I can't stand mosquitoes. And we get a lot of those in the warehouse, and it drives me nuts. Anyways, that's my day. It's just been that, and I had to stay like an extra hour today because last minute freaking order. Like, of course, somebody needs it now, so
The classic.
yeah, the classic. So I had to stay an extra hour after work and deal with that. Been trying to make this week be at least somewhat reasonable because, you know, Games Done Quick is on this week, so.
Yeah. I haven't got much of a chance to watch it this time around, which is kind of
It's
norm
been
now, but
good
it's
this
been pretty
year.
good.
I've from what I've watched on the runs that I have watched, I've been pleasantly surprised and happy about it. Like we watched, what did we watch last night? Wii Sports. Man, that Wii Sports run was great.
I didn't realize I was in the marathon. That one had to be kind of weird.
It was a incentive game. That's probably why. Amber had a surprise. We were watching, you know, Kirby Air Riders run, and she recognized the guy, not from just speedrunning and streaming and stuff like that. No, she follows a bunch of she follows this one meteorologist YouTuber named Ryan Hall, and someone from his team was speedrunning Kirby Air Riders.
Wow, that's kind of
And
random.
she was like, "Wait, I know," it's because he first introduced himself as like Andy, and he says, "I'm the everybody calls me the meteorologist because he works with Ryan Hall." And Amber's like, "Wait, what?" And she looked at it close. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I recognize." I thought it was so cool that, you know, he does meteorology and then he speed runs freaking Kirby Air Riders on the side.
Yeah, you never know what people's hobbies are until you see them on the big stage, apparently.
Well, cool. We loved that. That was cool. But yeah, that was the best run in Amber's opinion. Oh yeah, he did get world record. That's right.
Yeah, I heard that they've actually had a couple different attempts like that. I think I've heard at least 2 world records. Kirby Air Riders is one of them. And then I heard during the Pokemon Fire Red run, one of the runners caught a shiny Rayquaza in the middle of it.
What?
Yeah, they had a shiny in the Fire Red run.
Wow. How did he do that?
I saw speedrun Reddit was going crazy.
How do you get a Rayquaza in Fire Red version?
I don't remember what it was. Like, I don't know. Like, what were they doing with it? Because it wasn't a randomizer? Because if it was a rando, that would make sense.
Oh, that would make sense if it was rando. I was like, oh,
yeah, because I don't know what it was. I just heard something about a shiny in the Pokemon run.
I got the schedule up in the tab. Let me see. By the way, the schedule on their site, holy crap, it's so interactive and so cool.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, they've made that schedule page so much better. And I think it's pretty much it's like its peak now. With how well it updates in real time, and then now when the runs are done and actually uploaded to the YouTube channel, they immediately link you to the run. So it's really good for even people who miss the runs live, now just to find them.
Okay. Well, me and Amber are going to have to watch the Fire Red run. I didn't realize that was that hype. That's cool.
I heard it was a good run, regardless,
This one just said, the run said it was just the Elite Four Round 2. So I was guessing they were just playing through the game until they have to fight the Elite Four the second time.
That's what it sounded like, yeah.
I was like, how the heck did they get a Rayquaza in that game? I was like, maybe they did RNG manip or something? I don't know. But, like, even then, I'm just like... Still, that's freaking crazy. They got a shiny in a run?
That's what I thought I heard, yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Now you got me. Now you piqued my interest.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I wasn't mishearing on that one, because I like I said, I'm kind of confused on the context of how that would work for that gen.
Never have to go back and watch a bunch of these because we missed a couple. Amber's watched it a little bit more than I have, but we watched. What did I watch? We watched the Kirby Air Riders. We watched Wii Sports last night. Oh, the Hey You Pikachu run was freaking awesome. I love that run. It was so funny. Like, it was just so funny.
Yeah,
speedrunning a game that was so bad to try to actually get to work.
Yeah, that's really the biggest struggle of the game. It's not even just trying to play it, it's just trying to get it to play itself.
I did watch because I took off Tuesday because I didn't sleep the past 2 days, and it was getting to me. So I was
saying that earlier. I didn't fall asleep last night until like 7 in this morning. It's Saw the sun come up.
Jeez, dude.
That's the second time this week.
But yeah, like I
Llama
took
Mine.
off Tuesday because of it, and I watched a couple. Like I remember watching the Sonic 3 and Knuckles run. That was great.
That one was
like
good.
That one.
I got to catch that one. That was good. The only thing that's annoying, honestly, like this year the crowd's really getting kind of obnoxious with the Wiis. They always
I know.
gravitate to one specific meme, and it seems like this year it's Wii.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too. But, you know, other than that, I thought the run was great. I loved
Oh
it.
yeah, it was
I
good
watched
commentary and a
Mario Kart.
very, very talented showcase, because the guy didn't really
Honestly,
miss any hard tricks from the sounds of things. Like, he pretty much got all
Yeah.
major skips, which
Honestly,
for that
like-
game is not easy.
Like, we have it on the background right now. By the way, I hate being that guy. But I've
Stop
had
streaming.
so
I want to go
much-
watch. I see how it is.
No, it's not that. I hate being that guy
I'd say
considering
do it.
what site we're on right now, but I have to admit, watching it on YouTube is so much better than watching it
Oh
on
yeah.
Twitch.
I honestly,
Oh.
I've been watching more and more of my streams over the past like year or two on YouTube, but that's because I don't have access to a Twitch app on the Roku TV. So if I
Yeah.
wanted to watch Twitch on there, it's a lot worse. It's not impossible. It's just like pulling teeth. All
Well-
because Amazon's been stupid about that for the past decade.
Yeah. Well, another thing that's been weird is, like right now looks like they got a speed run of a pinball game, like an actual pinball game. I don't know how you speed run a pinball game, but
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times they just do that kind of a thing more as a score run, if anything, while also going fast. It's like Star
What
Fox
does it say?
speed runs, where it's mainly just
this
score
game-
runs.
this game is called Total Nuclear Annihilation, and in this category is 9 reactors. So I'm guessing they're having to do objectives in the game, in the pinball games. But yeah, like we've just had so much better watching on YouTube than Twitch, and it's because, yeah, one thing that's been weird that happened this week. Our Roku TV updated, just randomly updated.
Did you get the crap home
And-
screen?
Yes.
Yeah, my
you
my living room
too?
TV just got that, and I'm so annoyed. Like, I'm
Oh
glad my
my
bedroom
God.
one hasn't. I hate it.
Yeah, it updated. I don't like it. I don't like the way it does it, but yeah. It updated, so it got rid of our Twitch app. I'm like,
Oh, it's probably
Just
still there
glad I
because the
took it
problem
off.
is they rearranged all the apps now on the home screen. It's really bad. Like, you gotta go 5 menus down now just to get your installed apps. It's really stupid. I hate it so much. It's just like, let's
hate
take something that works and throw it out the window. Like, all right, can we stop reinventing the wheel? That was mainly just done to shove more ads in people's faces. That's all it was. Because it's just filled with ads now.
Now it's just like, I don't know where all my stuff is.
Yeah, they buried it to the bottom, which is really annoying.
But yeah, like yeah, you just updated it and we lost our Twitch page. I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's
put it
just
on YouTube. We just wanted to watch it on the big screen and on YouTube, and I was just like, yeah, we're just from now on. I think tonight they're doing what, Elden Ring next, which I watched so many Elden Ring runs at this point. It's just like, ugh.
Which is funny because
Again?
you still haven't played the game, so I feel like you've kind of gotten a majority of its plot just from speedruns.
Yeah, I've watched so many Elden Rings just over the years of watching SGDQ, or just GDQ in general, because there's always an Elden Ring run.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, Elden Ring's not next, it's Sonic Dream Team.
Oh yeah, the Apple Arcade game.
The
Man, that
one
suck-
game that I
that
wish
sucks
it
to have a
wasn't there.
subscription service just to speed render game.
That sucks just to have a subscription service.
Play
Period.
it. Yeah.
By the way, anybody who has PlayStation Plus, please unsubscribe from right now.
Dude, you know what's the funny thing? Because everyone doing that in mass waves as a protest for the disc thing, they're actually offering customers 50% off on their PlayStation Plus if you cancel it right now. They are that desperate to keep people. Because it's been a mass cancellation, just like last year's Xbox Game Pass situation. I haven't had Plus in literally a decade, and I only had it for like maybe a month. I've never liked PlayStation
Yeah.
Plus. Like I
We don't
never
have-
liked how it was. And it only got worse.
Yeah, we haven't had PlayStation Plus in a while.
Also, hi there, Warrior Land. How you doing?
And now I'm just not gonna get it at all because Sony can go. suck
Unless
my
I need
girl.
it for something, I'm not like that's how I am with all these subs, anyways. To be fair, but unless you need it for something, yeah, I just don't bother. I hate how both Nintendo and Sony are like this. So I have the same complaint. I hate how you have to have access to online subscription just to use cloud saves. That is ridiculously dumb. Both Nintendo and Sony should not have that behind a paywall. Microsoft has it for free, and it's free on every game launcher on PC. So it doesn't need to be a paid subscription. It's just really dumb.
It's dumb. I don't care.
You can at least back up your PS4 saves on a PS5, but you cannot do PS5 saves. It's really dumb. So you need a cloud save just to like move things across consoles, for example.
I'm gonna be right back, Lester. Dog's telling me it's time, so I'll be right back.
Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna go back with the Toad. There's one more P-switch I missed around his general location, so we'll get that, and then we're probably going to Moo Moo Meadows at this rate. He wants to go there now. A poor naive Toad. We're not going there yet. Soon, but not yet. Then you can put on a farmer costume that we just unlocked. Where are we going here? It's near the rails that we have another P-switch. Probably way down the road here. In fact, I think that's it right here. Yeah, Cal Moo Moo Metals does feel like a must. You gotta be a farmer costume character or Cal. That just kind of is the best. I love how basically every world record for time trialing in Moo Moo Meadows since the game has come out has had Cal as the character to be used. But he gets a terrain speed boost, and that whole course is just terrain. So it actually worked out. It's not even just a meme. He's legit the best character on Moo Moo Meadows because of his terrain boost. There we go. Unfortunately, this does not put me in the right spot. So I'm gonna just opt to warp. That'll be easier. What is it right now? Also, it's like a weird combo. I think it's still this in particular. So Cow on the monster truck, which is the most ridiculous combo. But it does actually perform, I think, the best here. This one is very sneaky. I remember actually getting that panel when I first played the game when it came out, and remembering I could have easily missed this. Oh man, I forgot this thing has like crap acceleration. I can barely move. Yeah, no, that is true there, Aiden. It's just the temperature thing between seasons. Yeah, you can never really win. No matter if it's winter or summer, you're kind of just dealing with one extreme. I mean, to me, it's always heat because of where I live, but I know plenty of other people have the extreme on one end or another, depending on the season. Okay, that's better. Slow, but that's fine. I just don't want to hit the rail, because that will immediately put me into a failure state. I won't have enough time. So many cows. I feel at home, my brethren. Yeah, you got a point on that one. Isn't Mario Run and then that Fire Emblem Heroes mobile game, I think are the only mobile games really left Nintendo's still supporting on mobile. Everything else now has been shut down. So it makes me wonder for both of those games. I think Heroes is still successful, so I don't see that going anywhere, but Mario Run has not really been a thing they've touched in years until recently. So it makes me wonder if they're going to continue supporting the game for a little bit longer, also sunset that at some point. Because that's like a weird one too. They used it for very specific online events, but it's also a paid game. You only get like the first level, I think, for free, and then the rest of the game is lost behind a $10 paywall. So it is kind of like this weird situation of why even support the game at that point. But again, you paid for it, so it'd be scummy for them to take it offline. Yeah, that game getting a proper like switchboard or something would be nice. I don't know how it would play on that system, but if anything, I imagine it'd be like, say, Meat Boy Forever. Endless Runners do work on systems. It's just not normally the kind of game a lot of people go out of their way to play. Definitely more of a mobile thing.
Okay, I'm back.
There we go, got it.
Are you guys talking about Mario Kart World? Or no?
Well, I mean, kind of, because I just got a Peach Medallion, so I guess we could talk about Peach Medallions. Yeah, I mentioned it before, and it's a thing coming up here and there on the chat, but yeah, about the whole tour shutdown thing. Mainly now wondering how other games are going to be handled going forward, because as I mentioned earlier, I think they only have 2 more mobile games at this point. Nintendo's really only keeping Mario Run and Fire Emblem active. Everything else at this point has been shut down.
Fire Emblem's lucrative. It's so weird saying that the only game that survived all. Granted, I don't think Nintendo really wanted to make mobile games, to be perfectly honest.
Well, in the era they started to make the games, they were forced to. So I do agree with that, because after Mario Kart Tour, they really didn't make any new mobile games.
Yeah, they really didn't.
And that was like, what, 2019 or 2020? Something like that.
Or something like that.
It was a long time ago.
It was a really long time ago. Jeez. Like, my whole thing about that is like I never played Mario Kart World, to be perfectly. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Now, see, that was me a few weeks ago with the Sonic Mega Mix Mania and just confusing it with just the base Mania for some stupid reason. Don't worry, we've all been there.
I never played Mario Kart Tour, and because I was just like, man, from what I gathered, I was like, I knew that the controls were awkward and all that other and I just didn't really feel like wanting to play, I already invested a lot of time in mobile games already. And Fire Emblem Heroes, I've been playing since day one. That's been around since, God, 2017? Been a long time.
That was one of the earlier mobile games that came out during that slew of mobile gaming at one point.
And I don't know, man. I can't, like, I didn't want to do that, but I am also the mindset that, if Animal Crossing Pocket Camp could get an offline mode, I don't understand why Mario Kart 2 couldn't.
Yeah, it's really just because they don't want to put the time into developing that, because Mario Kart Tour uses an online server to rotate out the courses. Because they're not all in the app by default, they run off the server, what's available. And I guess they just don't want to make an offline version of that system. That's the issue. Which is really stupid either way, because people will put, like, a lot of money into that. I've heard a lot of people over the years that have like come in my
But-
streams, for example, and talked about the game, saying they bought a lot of different costumes, and now that'll just be gone.
But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I say that all the time. I need to quit.
It is a catchphrase.
It is a catch. I'm gonna be real. If you are spending money on a mobile game, you shouldn't expect to get compensated for it.
Well, yeah.
You know what you're getting involved in.
It's 100%
It's like-
something you're not gonna see any payout for
I,
at some
I
point.
get why people like. I get why people would be upset when a mobile game shuts down, but mobile games shut down all the freaking time.
Yeah.
And I hate to be that guy, especially after I am a very big proponent for the physical media side. The thing is, though, mobile games are a different type of beast.
Oh,
That
100%.
their whole existence is nothing but FOMO.
Pretty much.
And
They only live in the moment.
And honestly, like, I feel like anybody who says, well, I should get compensated for spending all this money on Mario Kart Tour, I'm just like, alright, well, if that's the case, where's my money for Dragalia Lost? All the money I
Yes,
spent there?
yep. That was another one that
Where's
was
all
just
the
pretty
money I
much shut
spent?
down before everyone knew.
Yeah, where's all the money that I spent on Fire Emblem Heroes? I mean, granted, I don't spend very much money on it now. If anything, it's just like, I don't know, like every like 3 months I might throw $1 to it. But like yeah, it's like when Fire Emblem Heroes eventually shuts down, where's all my money? Where am I gonna get compensated for all the money I spent there? No. Oh,
Money.
of course not, because I don't expect it. Because that's their whole existence, is to siphon money out of you. And
Yeah. To be fair, also
I
on that
just-
front, Aiden, we all not even talk about that recent one, because I've heard literally nobody talk about that WarioWare style mobile game they made, because it was definitely the most random thing that was super expensive when you really break it down. I
Wait,
don't
what?
really think anyone... Yeah, like the thing Nintendo just released, what, last month? Where it's like that photo game or something on mobile.
wait,
It plays out like a mobile game.
I didn't even know that.
See? That's like, it
Yeah,
got picked up
actually-
because of like their first mobile game in years, but it also had like all the worst practices in mobile games, so I heard nobody pick it up. Nobody downloaded it,
Okay.
at least in like the circle of people I hear about. So it was a thing picked up for
I'm
news stories, and
surprised-
then everyone moved on.
You know what I'm surprised about? They dropped like that one Fire Emblem mobile game, Fire Emblem Shadows or something like that. I'm surprised it's still around. Is
Is it? I
I
never
heard
hear
it was-
anything about that.
Yeah, it's
I
still
completely
on.
forgot that
It's still,
exists.
I downloaded it because I'm a Fire Emblem guy. I downloaded it and its servers are still up. It's still getting updates. It's still getting content added to the, like, you'll see content drops on their mobile page and stuff like that. So it's still getting updated. I'm just
I mean, it's good
surprised.
to hear, I guess, just
I've
given
heard
how...
nothing but
random
negativity
that
towards.
is.
Get off me. Okay. But yeah, I was just like, I couldn't, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh. And that's so funny considering that, like, that's a lot longer than, like, some actual games when you think about it. Like, it's a lot longer than Concord, a lot longer than Babylon's
Yep.
Fall, a lot longer than
High
High
Guard.
Guard.
Yeah, same Renzo.
I just think that's funny. But
Yeah, somehow
I,
certain mobile games outlist like these online live service slopware, essentially. And it's always funny when they get shut down immediately and you see this mobile game that nobody heard of that still exists.
well, look at the Tales franchise, man. They've released at least like 6 or 7 of these things, and they all shut down within a year. So it's like, I must be doing something right, you know?
Yeah, somehow.
But yeah, I sympathize for people who spent a lot of money on Mario Kart Tour, but also I'm also just kind of like I kind of just don't understand like what you were expecting.
Yeah, I always say then that kind of mentality, you're spending money on a mobile game in any capacity, we call it pay to lose for a reason, because you just lose that money. You're never going to see it back.
Yeah.
And the game shuts down like most mobile games tend to over time. You're really not going to get a refund. It's just that money's just gone.
Yeah, I saw a lot of posts, especially when they made the announcement that they're like, oh, where's all my money? What? You know, I should get compensated for that. I said, dude, is this
That'd
your
be
first
nice,
mobile
but that
game?
never happens.
It's like, is this your first mobile at gacha game? This is like the staple. It's like,
Yeah.
you should expect it. The mobile games don't last forever. Because
No.
they just kind of like appear, and then they're like, okay, let's pray to God that there's gonna be a whale that uploads his money on us.
Yep. Or the random YouTuber that somehow made money off of making videos off our game, so we'll get our investment back on that guy.
Yeah.
'Cause honestly,
just like,
it feels like half the time that's how these games blow up.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. But, like, you know, and then there's some that, like, I'm still surprised that Fire Emblem Heroes is going 9 years, still going strong. I guess it still makes a lot of money, which,
It
to
does.
be fair, yeah, I understand how it does. 'Cause
Yeah.
costume. And
Yeah, I
stuff
was
like that,
just gonna say that. I was like, yeah,
costume.
I think I understand 2 reasons for every single female character why that game keeps on making money, because they are definitely the company leaning into that. But it does work. I can't complain
I
about the
gotta
marketing
say, though,
strategy.
this last banner that they just revealed was very nice to see a tasteful character banner. It was about, it was just Jim, like a training. Usually they had 2 summer banners every year. This year they've only had 1. The other one was replaced with a fitness training banner where everybody was like at a gym and cheerleading and stuff like that. It was like, oh, that's tasteful.
Yeah,
least
that's
that's tasteful.
definitely not what I expect for summer.
I wasn't expecting. I was sitting here expecting another summer banner, and then
Yeah, I
now
was
we
like,
got
we're
that.
all
I
the
was like, oh,
swimsuit
that's a
characters.
pleasant
Like, come on.
surprise. I was like, that's a pleasant surprise. Like, the duo here was like Byleth and Corrin was in a cheerleader outfit, and it was a tasteful cheerleader outfit. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't, you know, and Byleth was in, you know, like, what do you call it? Gym clothes, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. Tasteful gym clothes that wasn't exposing his skin. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. I don't know. I don't want to say it because I'm trying to say it to avoid
Don't
the
worry.
family friend.
Don't worry.
Family friendly thing.
You can say it's not Guna material. That's safe enough.
Yes. Okay, that's saving. Okay, yeah. It wasn't Guna material. It wasn't too bad Guna material, I should say. It was tasty.
It just tastes a little Gooner. It's like, that's not a sentence that should ever be said, by the way.
It's like Princess Peach's outfit right now, kind of.
Yeah,
Outfit.
more stylized and
One that you're
not
wearing.
necessarily trying to sell, you know, the
Yeah.
character to people, which is kind of how I prefer things. I don't need to have, I'm gonna be 100% transparent. If I want to look at that kind of thing, there are other places to look than a video game for that.
Yeah. Depending on the state you live in, though.
That is true. And that is why they invented VPNs. I think even those sites actually start to advertise that too. It's like, even they know.
It was so funny the other day. I was at work and or it was not like the other day. It was like several months ago, no, over a year ago. Whenever our state decided to do that crap with those adult sites, and my coworker came in. He was all mad and everything like that, and the other coworker that I'm friends with, he goes, "Dude, what's wrong with you? You're in such a mood this morning." He says, "It's like Don't talk to me. They stopped my goon.
It's just like, man, now we can really tell who's the one looking at this stuff at work.
And then everybody was, and then he looked at him and was like, oh, okay. I was like, we didn't judge. You know, we're all guys, you know, and all that other stuff. But, you know, it's just like, I just thought it was funny.
Like he literally just outs himself at that point because he knows, like, yeah,
Well,
I think he understands the
both.
story at this point. I'm not gonna have to sugarcoat it now. I can't visit my favorite site.
Like both of those guys, they look at stuff all the time. But yeah, I thought it was funny when that happened. So, what do you have left in this game? I know you're close to. You're actually close to finish.
Yeah, because now it's all essentially just a free roam stuff. Because now we got all the costumes, we unlocked mirror mode. So it's really just this. Because as I've been saying throughout the whole series, I'm not counting doing other things. This is mainly a free roam focus, but we've been doing the Grand Prix and the knockouts just as, like, extras. I'm still not caring about the stickers. Like, that is the one thing I'm not doing, because that is just grind. So
Yeah,
not counting those, it's mainly just free roam, and if I want a 3-star everything, that's it.
I mean,
And
you
that's
could
not even
do
that hard.
The trick one is easy to grind out. All you have to do is great question block ruin.
Oh
Go to
yeah.
the top, and then just
I just
keep
think for sake of
falling,
time,
keep
it's like
doing-
it's just not gonna be entertaining for the
Yeah.
series. But I will be
know.
doing that for
I
my
just-
own file.
Yeah.
I think I've
know.
already.
I
I might have already got that in my own file. I have to look, but like you said, it's not hard. It's just time consuming.
Yeah. Like I looked up and I was like, oh, you could just fall here, and just while you're falling, this long distance fall down to the ground. Just keep spamming the trick button.
Yeah. Technically, it might be possible for us to at least finish the free roam stuff. I mean, we wouldn't be done with the whole thing if I wanted to do the knockout and GP3s. But for this stuff, maybe. Because we have 20 more panels. 50-ish P-switches, doing the math. And then another, what's that? 37 medallions. So we're like, not much left. It's just, it's going to be time-consuming stuff, so we'll see.
I agree with you, buddy. I thought that was like,
Yep.
Get along.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you guys want to watch me just do this for like 3 hours? I was like, no, who's gonna want to watch him sit there and just press a button for 3 hours straight? With that said, let's watch some guy play Cookie Clicker.
God, I remember Cookie Clicker. Jeez. That's still a thing.
Yeah. Oh, I remember, like, back in the early days of speedrunning, I remember watching a lot of people do Majora's Mask speedruns, and a lot of people were just doing that during the first cycle. Because, like, it's 20 minutes of nothing. So people were just playing Cookie Clicker while getting through all the cutscene stuff in the beginning of the game. Because it was just a waste. So, one screen Majora's Mask, the other screen they're just doing Cookie Clicker on the side. Honestly, for me nowadays, the equivalent of that would probably just be playing, like, Balatro or Bollocks Pit on, like, side monitor or something. Because those games have, like, the same, you can turn off your mind, do whatever. So, you can do that while doing something else.
That's kind of like, I didn't say anything, but, on socials yet, but I did record my update video, last week, finally. And I did say that, you know, I was gonna go back to bottom Kaidos, and it got me thinking about, like, how am I gonna incorporate, like, I'm trying to 100% the game, right? And
God,
that
yeah, I know
includes
which
that
one you're thinking of.
infamous- Yeah, and I was trying to think of, like, creative edits I could do for, like, trying to get that, because a lot of that is just gonna be like, alright, I'm just gonna leave the Switch on overnight and just, you know, Not have the controller, just have the controller plugged in, just leave the switch on overnight, but come back every like couple of hours, make sure that it's alright, and all that other stuff. I was gonna like make a gag and stuff like that. What could you do in that time? Well, I got a 3DS here, we can play another game while we're waiting.
Yeah, let's play on a let's play. Dear God. You know, can I recommend something? Because I don't know if you have a controller that could do this already for the Switch, but if not, I would recommend seeing if you can get a controller that has turbo. Just so you can activate the most useless function in the game and just have that running on a loop so your Switch doesn't turn off. That would be one idea if you didn't want to manually go over and press the button all the time.
Yeah.
Because I hear people do that for like burn-in tests on screens when they're testing a screen for battery life.
Yeah.
That's one idea.
Like, I try to make sure that, you know, when I did it before, because I'm a mad lad. I did 100% bought in Kaidos, including that one. What I did was, I had the controller sitting right next to me. I was playing something else during my wait half the time. And I just, every so often, like 20 minutes after it's, you know, sitting there and, you know, and goes into dim mode and everything else after a while, I just, you know, tap the controller to make sure that it's, you know, it's okay so that I don't burn in my TV.
Yeah. I'll say, Akira, how you doing? You got yourself all 3 stars in the GP knockouts last night? Well, it's good to hear. I kind of stopped last week when the update happened. How did that go for you? I want to know. At least with Knockout Tour in particular, because of how the game became a randomizer overnight with the newest update. I want to know how good or bad your luck became for some of those GPs. I swear, this new update actually made that worse. And Knockout was already known to be hard to 3-star.
I haven't played the other new Knockout Tours yet. Granted, I haven't really played my Switch in the past 2 weeks, so... I'm kind of on a journey to try to 100% this game. And oh boy, yeah, I just like last night. I EV trained Latios. I haven't done EV training in so long. Holy crap! It's like,
yeah, in the original games, that was a mess.
It's like, how the heck did I remember how to do this? I was like, all I had to do was I had to pull up a little counter app on my computer and just click the button every time I made a Pokemon faint. I was like, how did I remember how to do this? I was like, thank goodness, dude. I'm just so thankful that the modern games have made this so much simpler.
Yeah. It is just one of the worst things you could have done back in the day, and now it's really not that bad. Still grindy, but a much easier grind.
Yeah, I EV trained a Latios because I'm trying to prepare a team for the Battle Frontier, and Latios is kind of like one of the better Pokemon to use in that mode. So the problem I'm having with Latios right now is he's not getting enough friendship, so I can teach him Draco Meteor. You have to have max friendship with a dragon type Pokemon in order to get it. Like,
yeah, that one's kind of annoying.
Be my friend, please. Please be my friend. I love you, Latios. I trained you hard.
Me with no friends. Me earlier trying to unlock the rest of the camera costumes. Just dual wields controllers. Still saying it's easier technically than having friends.
Sonic Dream Team is up next on GDQ. I have it on in the background. I'm not really watching it.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's your side monitor kind of stream.
Yeah.
You know, the thing you have on the back while you're watching something else. Or doing something else in this context.
Man, that just sucks that this game is trapped on Apple Arcade. Like, why?
Yeah. Dude, Dream Team is really good. It's just most people are never going to play it because either you don't have an Apple device of any kind to play it, and most likely you just don't care for Apple Arcade, which is extremely understandable. After I had a 6-month trial to it, and I only used it to play Sonic Dream Team. So I think I only played it for maybe about a week. That's saying something.
Well, it's just like, you know, like, you remember when Shantae and the Seven Sirens came out?
God, dude, that was a dumb situation too, because it released in 2 parts. Part 1 was up to the first dungeon. Part 2 was the rest of the video game. It's like, they literally only did that to get the funding from Apple at that point, because that game was not actually done when it came out in, like, what, 2020? Or 21? When they released Part 1? That was just the meet a contract. And I'm glad that was not actually Apple Arcade exclusive. That was only exclusive for the first part, which was just a glorified demo. And then Part 2 released on everything at once. Because I guess they only had a timed exclusivity for the first part. It was not for 2 parts, which I was shocked about.
Yeah, I really hope that Wave 4 doesn't do something stupid.
No, they're not. I know they announced, well, re-announced, because it was announced beforehand, that they are working on the next Shantae now, and it looks like to be targeted next year. But it's going to be on everything. They haven't even announced if it's going to be on a specific platform. So this time around, it's just going to be your standard release of a game coming to all consoles, not locked to a specific thing. Because unfortunately, the last 2 games had that problem. Seven Sirens at Apple Arcade for a short time. And then Risky's Revolution originally being exclusive to its original GBA release until, like, 3 months later.
Yeah, Aiden, I agree with you. Sonic Dream Team deserves to be an actual console, because it's like, it feels like a console game.
It really does. I mean, you can play with a controller and everything. I get why it will never come to anything else. I just hated that for that reason. Because I know Apple was the one that spearheaded it. So because they mainly with the funders, we'll never get that on anything else.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to come by those in the Sonic franchise.
It feels like a coin flip, and most of the times it lands on the bad side. Like, look at Sonic Frontiers, one of the best games in recent years. Then look at Sonic Frontiers Definitive, one of the worst games in recent years. A Hedgehog can't catch a break, even when it has good titles.
It's only bad because of how it came out.
Oh, it was a rush job port. Like, have you seen footage of how it runs? It's awful.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's bad. You know what's the funny thing? They kind of fixed the pop-in. But they broke everything else in the translation, which is impressive. Because from what I hear, cutscenes have horrendous pop-in now. Like, your character literally unloads and loads in every scene. It doesn't make any sense. The environments are all unloaded during the cutscene and load in between each scene. It's a mess. The game is extremely blurry, no matter how you're playing, performance or visual fidelity mode. And obviously the whole controversy of it's everything included on the cartridge when it's not even actually on the cartridge because it's just a game key card. It doesn't have any of the Corona DLC, so it's not the version that has all DLC like they advertise, because they literally removed people's DLC during the upgrade. Which, speaking of, there was an upgrade. It's like, dear God, like everyone knows the story with this one. It's just a hot mess.
I just don't understand why Sega just can't, you know. Look, if Definitive Edition is supposed to be a Switch 2 exclusive thing, like, why can't I upgrade it from my regular Switch version?
Yep,
I just don't understand you, Sega. I hate this stupid practice you're doing.
Yeah,
like,
it's Sega and Square are like the 2 worst companies when it comes to the Switch 2 stuff, because both of them just refuse to give paid upgrades for some reason. And I don't know why.
I do wonder who had the lowest of lows between Mario and Sonic. It's Sonic.
Oh, 100% Sonic.
I'll tell you that.
I can't even think of many lows for Mario, but I can think of, like, a laundry list for Sonic.
Honestly, the problem is with, like, I guess it just depends on how what you define as bad, but, like, Mario's bad, in quotation marks, is boring games.
Yeah.
That's it. And, like, half the time, like, the only bad, quotation mark, game that I see people talk about is Sunshine, and I don't agree with those people because that's a very subjective opinion. And Mario Sunshine just has weird things. There's nothing
100%.
wrong with the game besides that. Really, I get it. People like voice acting, though. I said, dude, have they done voice acting in any other game besides this? No?
Yep.
Then stop. Then shut up, please.
The first of its kind, you can tell, and that's usually what happens with games that never have voice acting before.
Yeah, exactly, Kira. I agree with you. Lowest to low, Mario would probably be Sunshine, and that's not even comparably low compared to Sonic.
Yeah. I guess I could argue technically maybe his lowest point was technically not Sunshine, but would be Mario Luigi Bowser's Inside Story on 3DS in particular, because of how that version actually screwed up a lot of things in the translation. And it
I guess
legit was one of the worst selling Mario games of all time. So that's really it, I would say.
Play that game. If we're gonna play that game, Lester, I'd rather play that than Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah, can agree. Because at least one game actually is finished. Because I know Dark Brotherhood really wasn't.
Dark Brotherhood also has really horrible music.
Yep.
You can't say that about Bowser's Inside Story. I'll fight you on that. There's games like Mario's Time Machine and Mario Missing and Hotel Mario. Don't talk crap about those games, dude.
I mean, they're educational games, and Hotel Mario 100% was just in the dark timeline for some Nintendo stuff because they licensed it out to Philips. That's literally it.
The reason why I said that, Aiden, I'm joking, by the way.
What?
It's your opinion, buddy. What?
How did that count as out of bounds? Yeah, I was like, hang on. How does that count as out of bounds when I'm not even past the buoy? Okay, just never touch the buoys in this one. That's great to know.
I had somebody at work tell me, like, we were talking about Mario games, and he brought up Mario's Time Machine, how much he loved that game as a kid. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that, but okay. You know, it's like, I guess it does have its fans out there.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you literally can't even, like, nudge these things. That is kind of dumb. I hope I don't get too sharp of a turn coming into the final alley.
Those games, Mario's Time Machine, Mario's Missing, Hotel Mario, those weren't made by Nintendo.
Yeah, they were licensed out, which is one of the few times they did that with, like, big Mario games.
I don't think that was made by Nintendo, if I remember correctly. I think Hotel Mario was made by Philips?
Yeah. That was a Philips CDI exclusive. That was Philips.
Yeah, I don't understand why you, like, nudge the side there and it just decides, nah, I ain't working.
This mission's like extremely picky.
Wow, I don't remember doing that. Anyways, yeah, like, I would definitely say Sonic's definitely had the lowest of lows compared to Mario, because Mario games, like, they're actually, like, really great.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about them, except, I guess people can talk bad about Sunshine, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah, as mentioned before.
It's literally, like, my favorite Mario game, so... And that's, you know, that to each their own. That's their opinion.
Oh, yeah.
That's completely understandable. I'm not saying that, you know, those people are wrong. I just have my opinion. I should emphasize that. I know that shouldn't have to be said, but I know that some people probably take it personally.
Yeah, I mean, on the internet, that's how it always goes. The opinion means you're wrong. Where's my hate speech?
I guess you could say that. Lost Levels is hard and stupid hard.
Yeah.
And nobody likes.
It's one of the few
that
Nintendo games I consider
hard.
like a ROM hack. Because it very much feels like one in today's standards. I think I've beaten that game like once, and that was on emulator. Because I grew up with the game on the Super Nintendo with the Mario All-Stars port, and yeah, I could not beat that sticking game because how hard it was, which is not a surprise. But yeah, I do feel like, yeah, just to finalize that, like, Sonic has had the highest highs and lowest lows, I feel like, in general. He's just a roller coaster of quality, because for many years, they were using Sonic as the only franchise at Sega that actually made money. So they experimented a lot with Sonic. That's why we have some of the best games in the franchise, like Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and then some of the worst, like Sonic 06, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, Sonic Forces, because that's all Sega had for like 20 years that actually made money. But now they cycle through a couple different things, so thankfully the Hedgehog doesn't get as abused anymore. Still used for a lot of gimmicks, but not as many.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to get abused by Sega?
Okay, that could be bad, because I think I needed a feather for this. Yeah. If you get a bad jump, I remember this mission being kind of a pain, because if you use a feather in the wrong spot, it's over.
Blade Shadow Generation was quite peak. Yeah.
Yeah, legit one of the best games.
It would be quite. Yeah, I would say it was quite peak. So.
That game was just recently on sale from all the sale stuff. Like, you could have gotten the whole package, digital deluxe and all, for like $20 on every system. It was insane.
Oh, you're doing this one.
Yeah, this one sucks.
I hate this guy. I hate this freaking P-Switch. Oh my gosh, I hate it so much. It's so icky. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I had to restart this at least like 10, 20 times.
Oh yeah, same here when I did this on my own file. This one's just a pain because of, again, all the feather spots. If you're using the wrong spot, it's just over. There we go. Not as bad after knowing its gimmick, but that still was not a great mission.
Isn't that bad, though. I know it isn't that bad. I just...
It's just annoying.
It's annoying. That's actually a better word to put it.
Yeah, because again, you make one mistake, and it's very easy for you to fail the mission, because now you don't have enough speed anymore to make a lot of jumps. So that's why I kept on failing, because I just didn't have enough time anymore.
Not as bad as the dang T-Rex. What a boost.
Yeah, no, that one's legit. Just one of the hardest missions I feel in this game for all the wrong reasons.
I still wouldn't say that's the worst one, though. The worst one, in my opinion, still is that one test your skills one. The first one I came across, which was that one that
the one in Crown City.
Yeah, the one
Thank
where
God
you
you
have
can
to.
cheese it.
Yeah, because I swear to you, I was on that for like over an hour. I could not do it legit. I had to resort to using the cheese method, which I hate doing that.
Yeah, I was proud of myself. In the end of the first session of this series, I did that with the cheese to show it off, but then I was able to actually do it legit. It's hard, but it's a lot of trial and error. You can eventually get it. But it also helps I know how to do some of the hard shortcuts in the game, so I might have an unfair advantage in this arc.
Yeah, that's where you and me are different, where I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that stuff, so I sit here and I practice all I can to do wall stuff, but
some of it's easier than other tricks, to be fair. So I don't blame you. It's definitely more of a matter of just trying to figure out how to do some wall riding with the physics now.
Wait, are we calling these things bulbers? They always been called bulbers?
I feel like probably not. I feel like that's probably a more modern name for these enemies, because they did change some names.
Yeah, never mind. I was thinking of like the Big Bertha enemies.
Oh yeah, no, like that was an enemy I know they changed the name of at some point.
Oh, speaking
Nice.
of that, me and Amber finally watched the Mario Galaxy movie last weekend on 4th of July. It was good. I liked it. Thought it was great.
Yeah, how'd you feel about how they handled the plot of, like, Rosalie and such? That's the stuff I hear, like, the most controversy about.
I was fine with it. I was okay with it. You know why? It's because it's the movie continuity. You know, do I feel like all the stuff that the Sonic movie does differently? No.
Well, the reason why I say it that way is it's technically not movie continuity because now Miyamoto has put that into the games
Well, I
with
mean,
the Galaxy
that's
1 and 2
fine.
updates.
It doesn't bother me. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal, unless you were drawing artwork with those two, and then you have to be like, oh, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, like, I was fine with it. It doesn't bother me. Because Mario plot, like, continuity in Mario, I don't care.
Yeah, it's always gonna be subjective on that reason, and also movie plots are always gonna be different. Even though Miyamoto wants that in the game plot, it's not going to be the same. It's gonna be a little altered.
I
It
know,
has to
like,
be.
Anyways, welcome back, Ethan, before I forget to mention it. Sorry. Hope your dinner was good, bud.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, I don't, it didn't bother me. I didn't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, but...
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out to Peacock, I believe, later this month, so it's finally gonna hit, like, proper streaming services, not just as a buy or rent thing.
Well, me and Amber went on Friday, because I had Friday off for 4th of July holiday at work. We went to the movies, and we saw... Well, I was surprised it was still showing, but we went to go see Backrooms. Holy crap, that was a good movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Like, I remember researching... Back when the Backrooms became, like, the creepypasta for the internet, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos about it because it kind of reminded me of SCP a lot back when that was a thing, and it interested me, so I watched a bunch of videos, so I knew a bunch of lore of the Backrooms, and I completely forgot there was like a web series made by this one guy, and he was the guy that made this movie. I was like,
Oh, that makes a lot of sense then, for continuity reasons.
Yeah, he made like a bunch of like found footage, like web series, like a web series of like found footage of people who went through the Backrooms, and I thought it was cool. But I didn't know he actually made this movie until the very end of the movie. I was like, oh, that's who made it? And I was like, oh, that's cool. He made a full-fledged movie. It was really good. Guessing Backrooms is a horror movie. Yes, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, because it's based off of the, Escape the Backrooms, like, indie horror game that blew up, like, a year or so ago.
No, it's based off of, Escape the Backrooms, yes. But that game is based off of, like, an internet creepypasta. That's what the Backrooms is nothing more. It originated... The Backrooms originated on a 4chan post years ago. It was talking about... The guy was making a story about people, like, saying sometimes when you no-clip out of reality, like in a video game, you fall out of bounds in reality, and you land into the Backrooms, and he went into this big old detail about what the Backrooms was, and he posted, like, a picture of the Backrooms, what they look like now, and, that picture was what people call liminal spaces. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. It's basically just pictures of places that are very off-putting. Like, it's normal, but it's very off-putting.
Right.
And that's what it is. It originated on a 4chan post and it became a creepypasta. And it was like a big thing for like I want to say like 2019, 2020. And then the video games started making the Backrooms real. And then Kane Parson made a web series about it. And then now we have a movie. So that's how it became a thing. But the Backrooms is more of a I wouldn't say it's a horror movie, but it's more of a psychological horror movie.
That makes sense based on everything I heard about Backrooms.
There's hardly any gore in it. Let's say gore, but like, you know, just people getting killed in the sense of like, oh, the monster got me. There's not a lot of that. But yeah, it was good. I loved that movie. It had a really cool premise. I loved it. The ending was great. Thought it was awesome. But yeah, we went to go see that. I was surprised it was still showing in theaters because I think it released like in the middle of May, and it was like this is beginning of July. I'm like, usually movies don't last that long in the theater.
Yeah, that's a long showing. I think
Yeah.
it's just getting ready now. They'll probably leave, so you got there just in the nick of time.
Yeah, it was either that or Toy Story 5, and I was like, I'd rather not go into a packed theater room, thank you very much, with a bunch of screaming kids. And I don't really want to go see Toy Story 5 whenever it's like that.
Yeah, that's probably
You
best to
know,
wait a little bit until things die down, just so you don't have to deal with the kids.
I've learned my lesson over the years going to a Disney movie in the movie theater.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a couple weeks until all the kids stop seeing it.
It's a very smart idea.
I know that probably should tell you something that I'm getting too old for this, but it's just like,
Wait, just to catch up chat for a minute. Are we blaming me for the Backrooms existing? Why is it always me? I know I glitch through a lot of things, but I'm not the only guy who glitches.
Try not to break reality, please. Keep it strictly to video game. Yeah, you don't want to glitch out a no clip out of reality and end up in the back room.
I know last year there was 2 of me in the stream when I was playing Sonic Unleashed, but I swear, that was a one-time phenomenon.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna catch up with chat because it was just that was yapping. So, Backrooms is releasing digitally on July 14th, just for context. Wow, we really did make it.
Yeah, literally about a week.
Kane Parsons series is genuinely fantastic. It's worth checking out, in my opinion. Yeah, I remember I watched the first one. The first video he did. I haven't watched any of the other ones. I need to, I guess. Now, it's a horror movie that makes you more unsettled at all the weird crap happening in it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's more of a psychological horror than it is a slasher horror or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, and some people would probably prefer that kind of horror over a slasher.
Yeah. There's also, they released an extended cut with 15-minute post-credit. Yeah, that was the one we saw, and we were like, what is going on with this? Like, it was so weird and different context than the actual movie, because it was like, you know, actual found footage, but it was like going on for 15 minutes at the post-credit scene. We're like, this is a really long post-credit scene? This is 15 minutes. What's going on here? Usually they're like, what, 2 minutes at most?
Yeah, I was gonna say, normally post-credit scenes are supposed to be a teaser for something else coming out in that universe, not like the rest of the movie. So that's saying a lot.
I'll tell you this. It wasn't a teaser for a movie. It was just like an episode of his series added to the end of it.
It's kind of funny. It's like, look, I got a YouTube video done early, so this is essentially for the early ones. Just puts it in a movie.
Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up here. It's because they released, also, Toy Story 5 was pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people say it's good.
I've been hearing
not
that
on par with 2, but I've heard it ranks high up there next to like Toy Story 2 to a lot of people. So that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I want to go see Toy Story 5. It's just, like I said, it's like, I kind of want to go. It's getting, and not only that, it's getting too darn expensive to go to the movies anymore.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what. I haven't watched Toy Story since 3. I mean, I thought 4 was good. Hot take, I thought 4 was good.
Oh, yeah.
4 was great.
I think it was fine. I just don't like how they keep on, like, trying to retcon themselves. I know they're probably going to do it 5. I haven't seen it, and I already know how they're going to probably end the movie, based on how 4 went. And 3.
Yeah. My only problem is like, can we stop milking it, please?
Yep. That's 100% how I feel, too.
Nice? You know what would be nice? A Bug's Life 2. Or something else that you haven't done in years.
Yep. Because there are plenty of other films they could use in that old Pixar library that they haven't touched. That would be nice.
Or just make an original. Well, no. I shouldn't say that.
How about to say, they're
You know.
remaking Moana in live action. That's their original takes nowadays. It's just what we did years ago animated, live. Which is not great.
It's just, you know.
Toy Story 5 be the last Toy Story. Doubt. They said that about literally every movie since 3. So whenever Disney says this is the last one, I don't believe you. Because you never...
They really need
You never
to
tell me
stop
the truth.
these
You always lie.
They really need to stop with these remakes. I agree with you. Like, I was fine with, like, the first couple, but after a while, I was just tired of them. I'm like, dude, can we please just have original movies again?
Yeah,
And
they
of
do this like
course-
once a year now, which is the problem.
And I know people are gonna come up and say, "Well, they did do originals, and you didn't go to see them." I said, "Can you do originals that look interesting
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, I would
instead of
if you
looking
give
like
me a
slop?"
good plot.
You know, like, I know that I'm not a child anymore, and these movies are aimed for children, but, like, my wife's a big Disney fan. She loves Disney so much, so, like, it's so sad that, like, whenever you see stuff, I thought, like, some of the recent Disney movies that did come out, when I say recent, I'm using a grain of salt here, okay? 'Cause I know
Within the
some of
past
these
few
are gonna be like,
years, I would imagine.
they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's not recent. That's a couple years ago." I was like, I'm not that big of a Disney fan to the point where I watch everything that comes out when it first comes. Like, when I say recent, I was like, the last good Disney movie I watched
First
that I
try.
remember was Coco. I liked
Yep.
Coco a lot.
Yep, Coco's the big one I've heard most people say was probably the last really good original. And that unfortunately was a few years ago now, so that's saying a lot.
I just thought it was funny that, like, Moana, like, okay, so they were remaking a bunch of the Disney Renaissance films, like, you know, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, stuff like that. And then they just skipped straight to Moana. I was
Yup.
like, everything else.
Okay.
That's what I thought was funny.
I think we're just going at the box numbers now. Like we're just going right for what performed the best back in the day, and not any kind of actual ordering. I see how it is. And I liked the original Moana. I haven't seen the sequel yet, but I liked the first movie. I thought it was good. But it's like, what the heck are you gonna do with the sequel? Like, what are you gonna do with live action? Oh, just put Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it. Solved. All right, I'm buying the tickets right now. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like they're really just making the movie because they easily know it's gonna sell. Plus, we put a famous actor in it. Everybody knows Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which means everyone's gonna see it. Like that's how it just kind of feels.
You know, I guess if I say this will probably be a hot take, because I know that somebody's gonna be like, "Well, no, that's not true." Disney has always had trouble making sequels to movies in general.
Yep.
Because like a lot of like the sequel to Disney movies were like infamous straight to DVD or VHS nonsense. But I'm talking about like other ones too. Like we watched Frozen 2 when it first came out, and I thought Frozen 2 was okay. I just didn't think it was like anywhere close to the first one.
Yeah.
All. And I felt the same exact way with Moana 2. Like, Moana 2 was good. I liked it. But it was not as good as the first one at all.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
just
that's
like,
kind of the same I've heard with both movies, as you just said. They've always kind of had this hard time making sequels, really, in terms of rating. So that's why it always just kind of feels like, it's okay at best.
And before anybody says, Inside Out 2 is good, I have not seen Inside Out 1 or 2 at all. So,
yeah, why would you skip straight to 2 at that point if you haven't even seen the first?
I don't know. I haven't seen those movies. Those are also Pixar movies, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And
Pixar is usually the one that has the better track record anyways, especially when it comes to, like, sequels.
You, Luna, you are just bound and determined to be on me tonight. Jeez. They're fighting her, trying to get... She is climbing my shoulders. She's trying to be on me. And I'm like, Luna, I'm sitting forward.
Don't matter to me. I'm going on that lap. It's like, no! The lap's preoccupied.
Like, I'm fine with you wanting to be on me, but golly, cat. You're hurting my back because you're just, sinking your claws in me, climbing me. Oh, joys of being a cat, Dennis. Anyways, Atlantis' Milo's Return is a big old lull. Just a bunch of TV episodes mixed together and not a movie.
Yeah, I hate when they do that in particular. If the movie essentially is just the same you can get on the TV show.
I can understand live action Moana a bit because it is a representation of Polynesian culture. But yeah, remakes need to be stopped for the most part. Yeah, I'm kind of done with them. Like, after Aladdin, I was just like, no, we need to stop.
Yeah.
Please. I thought Aladdin live action was great. I thought it was really good. Same with Beauty and the Beast's remake. Thought it was great. But after that, I was just like, can we please stop?
Yeah.
Please.
That's just kind of how I feel in general about this current media society, because it's mainly movies, TV shows, and games that all have the same problem. Yeah, everything's got to be a remake nowadays. And it's because we know it sells. So we'll just remake everything. And I'm just getting numb. I enjoy some of this stuff, and I'm also at the point where I'm like, yeah, can we just not? Like, I love the new Star Fox. It's fantastic. Can we stop remaking it? Like, I am so tired of that first game's plot. I've lived it for 30 years now.
Just don't give us the sixth one, please. Yes, please let Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and the rest of them rest.
Yeah.
They really need to stop with these remakes. Rex's voice actor is like over 80 for crying out loud. Mr. Potato Head's voice actor is dead.
Yeah, they have to use a completely different voice that doesn't sound alike because of that now. That's a problem. It's like, we've ran this course that long.
Fun fact, Moana has about a 30% on... Is that movie even out? I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
But
I didn't even know there was a Moana 3, like, at all in the works. Really shows how much Disney is just kind of, I guess, milking a name that sold once.
Oh no, he said they could have done a Moana 3 this year instead of the live action
I was gonna say, it's like, wait a minute. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if that even existed.
It's out tomorrow.
It's like, I see. We're gonna shadow drop the movie. It won't go wrong. Except Sonic.
I actually saw Inside Out 2 without seeing 1, but that was because the film released near my birthday and my father and brother wanted to take me to see it to celebrate my birthday. I mean, I've seen sequels without seeing the original before. It's not...
You can. It depends on the context of, like, the film, but you can do it.
Especially if, like, the movie, like, kind of feels like standalone. It's dead on arrival right at around Toy Story 5's release. Oh God! But you know, that's the big problem. Is like maybe it's just because of like stuff I'm watching or I see little ads very much anymore. But I completely forgot Spider-Man comes out at the end of the month until like last week. I was like,
I mean, I think I had to remind you about it because it came up in conversation. Like, wait, that's coming out next week. It just kind of snuck up because, I haven't, like, I do still watch a good amount of ads on, like, streaming services and such, and I never see a Spider-Man movie ad. Ever. I only saw it because of PlayStation, because of Spider-Man 2, the game, getting a costume. And that was it. That's the only way I even know it exists.
You know how I found out about Spider-Man? You know how I found out about Spider-Man brand new date coming out at the end of the month? Strangely enough, besides, you telling me about it, was Sony posted something about it, and everybody was giving them crap in the comment section about the physical disc thing, and I'm like...
Oh, yeah, timing-wise. Unfortunate for them.
Yeah. And you know what? We just had, we went and got pizza at Little Caesars 2 days ago, and they had... Spider-Man was on the box. I'm like, dude... Where was I?
I feel like I woke up from a coma, and all of a sudden there's Spider-Man everywhere.
I haven't seen I don't even remember. I don't even think I saw the teaser trailer or the first trailer, any trailers for it.
Same.
I just know it existed. That's all I knew. I was like, oh.
Like I said, outside of a game-specific trailer, which was mainly just a movie trailer slap with like a announcement at the very end. That's all I've seen, and that's why it just feels kind of random to me. Like, the movie just exists.
I don't know, it just seems like the movie industry half the time anymore is just like, I don't know, they just don't advertise their stuff anymore. I don't know why.
Not really. It does feel like a lot of movies are just kind of coming out without much hype until they're out in the theater. And then they're banking on word of mouth to help carry things, because I guess it's cheaper than just investing in an advertisement budget. It feels like the budgets nowadays are much smaller for ads.
I didn't even know about Mandalorian and Grogu until it was already out. I was like, well, I knew they were making a movie, but I didn't know it came out already.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? Until Ethan, I think you mentioned it in chat one day, and I was like, I just don't know, man.
You know, it's funny you even say it that way too, Ethan. Disney cannibalizing itself on the movie thing, that is not the first time they've done that, and it won't be the last.
Yeah,
they do that a lot to themselves.
Like, look what they did to Atlantis the Lost Empire. They did the same thing.
Yeah.
When that came out years ago.
They tend to just release
themselves.
movies very close to each other. And then one movie succeeds, the other one fails. It happens a lot.
Like, I know you're a big conglomerate, Disney, but can you just calm down?
Yeah, it really doesn't help they own so many things. That's why I look at, like, take a page out of Nintendo's book, for example, that has so many different studios with different game releases. Space them out! Because, look at how well it works. Everything sells pretty decent when you space it out instead of release something within a week of each other.
One thing that Nintendo... You know what? One thing that Nintendo does that I respect the heck out of them is the fact that they have a lot of these games already done. They just sit on them and just wait.
They really learned their lesson after, like, Prime 4's announcements, I would feel, years ago. And Tears of the Kingdom. Like, both of those games, I think, were, like, the final straws. Like, we can't do this anymore. Let's announce things, like, 6 months before they come out. Which, by then, they're almost done. Because outside Splatoon Raiders, they haven't done that since Tears of the Kingdom. Splatoon Raiders, I feel like, is that one exception, because they announced the game, like, a year before it was coming out. So that's why the game kind of went absent for so long. They do a much better job at announcements, just in general, compared to a lot of companies.
Especially Star Fox 2. They sat on that for 20-some years.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is Shy Guy going, wow, wow.
I hate this mission, man, because it's so, like, you hit the wrong part of this block, you're done. It is just so annoying, because I'm doing this all the time when I play this mission. I missed the first jump. It's a reset because I'm already out of the running. Rewind won't even give me enough speed. I need the trick boost speed from this.
Plus, I think Silk Song taught everyone that lesson. I feel bad for Team Cherry because it's like they were getting harassed so much for that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just let them work. Jeez, they're literally an indie company that has like, what, 3 people working on it? Like,
Yeah, it's a very small team. Indies have that problem all the time, but it's usually because they have to announce something because that's all they got. So they announce things early because it's like there's nothing else the studio's working on.
yeah.
And if they don't announce something, then people don't invest into them, so they have to. It's kind of the sad truth.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
The other big example was Mina the Holler, because that was literally kickstarted years ago. And it took a very long time to even hear anything about it. But again, that's just what happens with smaller studios.
I never knew Shygo was just a cat. He goes, meow, meow,
Yep.
meow, meow.
Let me see if a different character can make this a little bit easier. I like a lightweight for
You
this,
just remind me.
just because of the speed.
You
Medium
just
and
remind
heavyweights
me,
struggle.
I still haven't bought me in the Holler
Burger.
yet, but I just haven't had money to get it.
That's fair.
And I don't know. I'm worried that as soon as I buy the darn thing, they're gonna announce a physical copy, and I'm like,
Yeah, I get that. I don't really
know.
know when, if they'll even do that. So that's why it's like it didn't matter to me. I mean, my main platform is PC for so many things, so it's literally not a problem for that market.
I guess so. I really want to play a Meaning Hollower, but it's just like, conundrum. Do I wait for physical copy announcement or what? I don't know. Don't forget Cuphead.
Yeah, well, Cuphead was also that weird one too, but also it hasn't had anything new until like what we heard announced at the Summer Games Fest this year, which is kind of a funny thing, since we all kind of thought Cuphead was done until they announced like, yeah, we're making more Cuphead stuff now. So I kind of feel like we're back to square one, I guess, and maybe hearing about that for the next couple of years. Kind of depending on how hard it's going to be for them to make the next game.
Oh, they're making that, they did announce, like, the 8-bit game at, Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
They did announce that, so...
There we go, finally. I got a decent amount of speed to start. Rewind actually could help for once.
Yeah.
And all it
when
took
you
was
buy
Burger
it-
Toad to save the day.
When you buy it, is a couple days before it goes on sale. Ugh.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that so much. That's why I was saying, like, on Tuesday, I feel bad for everyone who did buy Final Fantasy Rebirth in particular on the Switch 2 back in, like, June when it came out, because then a month later it goes on the summer sale for, like, 20 bucks. Like, that is, like, the worst timing. To be fair, with Square Games, that's why I never like buying those day one, because I know for a fact they will be, like, 60% off in, like, a month, no matter the platform. It happens all the time.
How far are we? Are we getting
Very.
closer and closer? Oh, wait,
Very.
you haven't gotten to the Bowser. You haven't gone to the Bowser.
Yeah, I've been
area
leaving
yet.
that the last. I still have over here, looks like. Hang on. I'm trying to get my map to zoom, which is really funky right now. I have 3 medallions I do need to get near this area. So I'm not warping away here just yet.
You got Rebirth on Game Key card, but I did get a Zack Fair card. Yeah, that's something better than the
Warp
Switch.
it question mark? Like, I don't know, man. I can look at them.
That's better than the PS5 version, which you don't get that Zack Fair card.
But I do guess you get data on disc, so that might be better. I don't know. It's subjective.
No, it's a well, it comes with 2 discs. It has the game on a disc, and it has a data disc that to install the rest of it. So, I mean,
Which I'm actually
I
even
guess
shocked they
technically-
still do that nowadays, because you could just have the rest of it installed from the internet, which helps on the cost, but I like actually seeing the second disc in the package still. That's actually kind of cool.
yeah, Rebirth had 2 discs on it. So, thought that was cool. I still haven't played Rebirth myself. I've seen Amber play it, but played it myself yet. God, I love this remix, dude. This is literally like one of my favorite remixes
Yeah.
in all of Mario Kart World. I love this remix so much, dude. Probably because it's like Yoshi's Story was like literally like my first game I ever played in my life, besides Sonic 2. I love Yoshi's Story so much. So, honestly, hearing this remix, you're like,
I can't help though but to hear the fan cover of this. You know, the one that everyone always hears in their head. You know, the whole kind of cover everyone cites because that's all they hear.
know.
I can't help it, man. Internet ruins things.
I know. You know what ruined? What song was ruined? That one clip of "I Am All of Me" from Shadow the Hedgehog says, "I am at Aldi's."
Oh, I didn't even hear that. Oh god, it does fit. So when they go even faster, I am all me. You can just hear, I am all these. It's like, okay. Yeah,
I am at Aldi's. That's what he said.
Shadow getting those deep discounts on groceries that really aren't deep discounts at all.
You know what? There's some songs that are ruined for me. Because all I
Okay,
do
what
is
song?
listen.
Because you kind of went through the underwater gurgle for a second.
Sorry. I said there are so many songs that are just flat out ruined to me because of remixes or someone made a parody song or something like that and I listen to it too much and I can't unhear it. Namely most regular songs with their Weird Al Yankovic version.
Oh, yeah.
Or some video game songs thanks to Parental Floss.
Yeah, I know we've talked about that one a lot past couple weeks for that reason.
There's another one that gets me all the time. I can't remember what it was. Oh, what was it? Oh, yeah. Have you ever heard of the song Bodies by Drowning Pool?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay. There's a remix, and my friend showed me this. It's like the Sesame Street version. I can only count to 4. I can't unhear. When I listen to Bodies, I can't unhear it from the remix. It's like, I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
It's just someone screaming their education. God, I can actually fully hear the more we say it.
1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4. Me count so poor. Here we go. 1, what comes after 1? 2, what comes after 2? 3, what comes after 3? 4, I can't count no more.
It's so dumb just how easy it is to parody some of these actual songs with lyrics like that. It's like how uncanny it just fits.
It's funny because the guy who made the video, they're all like Muppets doing it, so it's like literally this is just the Sesame Street version of it.
It literally just feels it that way, yeah, because the Muppets.
It literally is just the Sesame Street version of it. It's so funny. I'm gonna try to find that video and I'll link in the chat so they can have. Yeah, look, if I have to have that song ruined, you guys have to see it.
Yeah. Fair. I've done that to people before too, so I know that feeling. You got, what is that? Yidra Union on Switch? I don't think I've heard of that one, but I think I know what it is. Nice to get it on sale. I can ignore the link.
I could just ignore the link and that...
I mean, I have one better. That! No, post it again.
What?
I just wanted to do that because it's just funny. It's like, counterpoint. Timeout 1 second, delete link, give him back mod privileges. That's the power of my quick action,
Why'd you
baby.
do that to me? I
No,
wanted to
no, go ahead and post it again. I just wanted to do that.
ruin a song for people.
Go ahead. I just wanted to do that. Literally just show the joke.
Why'd you
It's like
do that to me,
counterpoint
man?
deletes.
All I wanted to do was to count to 4.
Yeah, I can't actually do the quick catch on YouTube, so he hit me with a checkmate on that one. I can delete it, but it will stay on the screen. Atlas can only count from 3. Valve can only count to 2.
Top comment on this video. As a drummer, I can confirm this.
Yep.
Yeah, Atlas can only count from 3. From 3. They
Yep,
don't know what
'cause
happened.
what's one
after
into? I don't know, and we're never talking about that timeline ever again. "14 more medallions. I could just taste the ending.
We're
Taste
almost
salty because
there.
all the
We're
people
almost
raging
done.
online."
You know what? It's about the journey, dude. The friends we made along the way, collecting all these piece switches, all these medallions, all these panels.
Some funny things I had to actually ask, what are the friends we talking about? And then I had to think, we unlocked so many people throughout the adventure, so all of those characters actually fits. There's a lot of friends, like Toad, Toad in Burger, Toad in this uniform, other Toad. I've noticed it's a lot of the same guy. Paper Mario syndrome, except it's mostly Mario's.
One, two, five, four.
I almost feel like this would just be faster not even to get some of the geyser rings by the end, because that kind of actually felt like I was wasting my time. I could have just drove to the ending by the end.
Joke's on them. My PS Vita is a Persona machine, but it's Persona 1, 2, and that
Yep.
one sequel to 2.
I'm about to say, it would really just be 1, 2, 3, and 4, but yeah, I can see the 1 and 2 more than anything else, because 3 and 4 just have better versions now. Dude, talking about that system, I got reminded about it the other day from a hacking thing, and it's like, I kind of wish it had a little bit more power under the hood, because that thing would make an amazing emulation machine for like all the retro games, but it's pretty bad at that. It's good for playing PlayStation games, which is, that's a no-brainer since that's what it was designed for.
Wait.
I know. It's like, you tell me a PlayStation's good at PlayStation stuff? Oh my god, tell me more.
Wait. How'd you do it?
It's called adrenaline. That's it. Now you're done. That's all you need.
You got a PlayStation game to work on a PlayStation console. Oh, how did you do it, dude?
It's a dumb
How'd you do it?
sentence, but I'm not wrong. It's best to play PlayStation 1, PSP, and Vita stuff, but anything else is when you're gonna have issues. Like NES, I think is okay. Super Nintendo runs kind of bad. Game Boy and Game Boy Color I think is okay, but Game Boy Advance is bad. DS is unplayable, I believe. Like any other emulation thing is bad. So you're just
DS
mainly
is
using the built-in programs on the system and playing games native, not really emulated.
DS
That's if
is
you mod it.
unplayable. Yeah, that kind of happens when you only have one screen for a two-screen system.
Yeah, well, hey, it's a touchscreen, so you can just put them both on the same screen.
Okay, those.
It's just kind of clunky. And that screen's not really that big on a Vita, so it'll be a little hard to do precise touching.
I'm like waiting on Persona 4 Revival to come to Switch 2 in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's definitely, we'll see it probably by the time the Switch 3 is getting ready to come out.
Because Atlas just loves, like, saying, hey, you like double dipping, don't you? No, Atlas, I don't. This is the reason why I never bought Metaphor, because I knew you were going to port that to Switch.
Yeah, and then sure enough, that's exactly what was happening.
I wanted to play Metaphor, but I'm just like, I'd rather play it on the Switch too, because I like my RPGs on that console, really.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not going to play really that different on there compared to like a PS5, so might as well have it portable.
I'm just going to say it, the Paper Mario franchises needed 1,000 Year Door remake, Toad Disease needed to go. Yeah.
That's a fair take. I've heard a lot of people say something like that.
Dude, I think it did needed to exist because, I mean, there was that weird I say weird. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that word. There was that outcry 4 years ago. So I think that was just Nintendo listening to everybody.
Yeah. I do feel in particular 1,000 Year Door Remake existing the way it did because that came out right before Switch 2 even announced we're going to do those GameCube things in general. So it came out that way because they knew, okay, we're going to probably need to go back to the basics, huh? Yeah. People really like to play the first Paper Mario on Switch, so it makes sense to do 1,000 Year Door next as a standalone. And yeah, sure enough. I just want to see them do more of that style again. That'd be great. Because we haven't really had a brand new Paper Mario in a few years.
I thought Origami King was fine. Yeah, I kind of like Paper Mario as the RPG game. I like it when it's like that because I don't know, it's more fun to me like that.
I feel like that's where the series does shine the best. When you're doing things the other way, it's fine, but it's definitely not going to be a gameplay type for everyone. It's a weird learning curve, and some things just don't translate well to these like weird gimmick battle things they've tried.
I got Metaphor on PC because of the Etrian Odyssey DLC.
Is that going to be coming out to anything else then? Or is that just going to be on PC? Because I know that's why sometimes people get a very specific version.
I mean, honestly, I think PC version of basically every game is kind of the safe way to go half the time.
Oh yeah, easily. If you have the hardware to run it, then you usually get the best version of any game that's portable now because of all these handhelds and laptops, and then also half the time cheaper. Okay, I see how I can get up there.
I just hope that... I know they announced earlier that later this year, Tales of Eternia is coming to Switch and everything else. It's getting a remaster, which I'm glad because that game is stuck on PS1 and PS3 classics. It needed to come out. It really did. But I really hope they bring a Xillia 2 remaster soon because that would suck just to have the first game be remastered and not the second. You know what I mean?
That'd be funny at that point. It's like, guys, why?
It's stuck. It would be stuck on the PS3 if it didn't do it. So,
yeah. It doesn't make any sense for that reason.
Which, by the way, it's like it's gonna suck major butt cheeks if you know it doesn't get remastered because it is stuck on PS3, which is going to be shut down in like a year.
Yeah, unless you can track down a physical copy of the game, there will be no other way of getting it, and physical copies aren't cheap. So that's why that's not really that great either.
That's why it was a good idea that you went and got your PS3 when you did it, Ethan, because man.
The writing was on the wall, so now's the best time to invest into the system if you haven't already.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're right, Ethan. I completely forgot. The digital version is already delisted.
Oh yeah, so you're literally only going for physical now, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Because of the cost and availability. Is it only $30 still? That's good. Forever before it's not. Because I'm actually shocked it's that low still.
Honestly, PS3 games are actually kind of cheap. They're like $30 most of them.
Yeah. I know it kind of depends on the game from when you're saying that, but a lot of them do seem to retain that value, surprisingly.
Hey, Matthew, stop that. It's not your bedtime yet. You better stop that yawn. Our Nosage is currently $70, so or after its delisted last week. Oh. What is that game?
Yeah, that's
I thought
a
that
little
game
bit
was
higher
hard
than anything else.
Is that one of the PS3 games that was recommended to you, Ethan? I can't remember what that game is.
It's a music
RPG.
RPG.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, Eternal Sonata. By the way, anybody who hasn't played that, please play it. It's very underrated. I like it a lot. It's good. Please play Eternal Sonata. Really good.
Can I still get the Peach Medallion during this mission? I've never got the Peach Medallion while doing this mission at the same time, so we'll find out.
It's also delisted.
That's about right. Unfortunately, a lot of companies were doing that pretty frequently the past few years, even if the storefront hasn't really been touched in a while.
Mainly Bandai Namco?
Yeah,
Why?
Bandai's really bad about keeping their stuff up for some reason.
Look, I get it. If it was like One Piece, Dragon Ball, that's licensing stuff. Get it. But why? When it's just your own IPs.
You literally own this series, so yeah, why? No, you can't get the medallion. The medallion's literally right there where one of the blue coins was. You can't get it in the mission. That's kind of dumb. So I gotta turn around now and grab it.
Sorry, Ethan. I went through the games he gave me when I was looking for the PSN. Like, half of them are gone.
Yeah, that's why I hate, man. It's like, dude, so many games just died young. They've never had a proper re-release anywhere else, and they're just gone now. How do you recommend certain titles?
Thanks, Sony, for filling the games.
I almost feel like we're losing more stuff with the PS3 and Vita shutdown than we did with the 360 shutdown a few years back.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, somehow we got 6,000 coins already. That's actually impressive. The easiest thing to unlock in this whole series was actually all the car stuff, because you just get coins by doing random things. I'm not even paying attention to how many coins we've gotten half the time for that reason. It just happens.
The Sky is up, though, so I guess I'll get the Sky 3 and 2, and 2 Sky crossover games. We ain't reaching 10,000 though. No.
Yeah, probably not, actually. That's where I talk about how that's literally a grind. I don't even know what the fastest way of getting money is in this game. It has to be something in free roam. But there's no way, man. Like, that is just dumb. I'm good. There are some things that are not worth it. Not one of them. I didn't mean to hit this again, but alright. Not even just like no patience for doing that stuff, because I do. I'll just do it on my own. I'm listening to a podcast or something. The problem is I know it won't be entertaining, and I got a lot of other projects I want to still move on to at some point this year on streams. So I don't want to waste too much time on the grind. I want to do Twilight Princess at some point. I can't because I'm busy with Mario Kart. They fixed pretty much a majority of the problems I had now with the latest update, so I'm ready. But I kind of don't have a cleared schedule. And Raiders comes out in 2 weeks. I want to play Raiders. I want to be streaming the crap out of that like I did with 3. That was one of the ideas I did have. TP one hit. 100%, just like I did with Ocarina of Time in 2025. It's really not that bad in the grand scheme of things, because I'm watching someone else go through all of Twilight Princess right now with one-hit KO, and they're actually not doing as bad as I would think. But it also is still... I'm worried about Cave Ordeals. That's the one that actually is going to suck on one hit.
Oh, God, yes.
Cave Ordeals one-hit KO is a nightmare. So I might make caveats for that one, just for my sanity. Like having certain exceptions, like maybe you're allowed to redo up to a certain floor and then turn back on one hit or something. Like, still working out some of the logistics.
I know when I eventually gotta get back to stream, I gotta continue the level 1 Kingdom Hearts Proud Mode run. Like,
yeah,
I remember the
in the middle
nightmare.
of that.
I don't know if I'm gonna continue that or not. I'll think about it.
And I cannot save state that as much as I would wish I could, only because I'll be on the PC port, so it'd be impossible. If I could, I would, for that reason, but unfortunately, PCD comp doesn't have that feature, at least yet. Maybe in the future. I think they did that a few months, if not a year or two, into the life of like the Ocarina PC port. So it shows it could be a thing they put in the port, just not right
I
away.
actually beat Star Fox on Saturday. Tried to go through normal and got a single medal at Vincina?
Ficina.
Before I had to switch to easy.
Hey, either way, congrats on getting the medal, regardless.
Yeah.
I will say there are certain missions that are easier than others to get medals, and I feel like Ficina is supposed to be one of the ones that teaches you the importance of getting a high score, because that's one of the easier ones for a medal. But it's still very easy to miss because your teammates can kill Starwolf, and they're all your points. You never want your teammates to kill a single member of Starwolf, otherwise you're just not getting the medal. And I've had plenty of runs that died because of that. It's so annoying. Dude, I was watching Vinny Vinesauce play that at Venom 2, and he got like 50 points there because 3 of the 4 Starwolves, they all died from someone else. Like, I feel his pain. That sucks. Because it's literally RNG at that point. Yeah, you killing all Starwolf means right there you get the biggest point buff. I can't remember what was in Officiant. I think they're 10 points apiece. So 10 points up to 4 of them is 40 points. That is 4/5 of your medal. That's how important it is. And Venom 2 is the only way you can get medal because I know.
You said
Venom Poo. Yeah, I know. Venom 2, that's the only way you can get the medal because there's no other amount of points there outside of, I think. Actually, no, I don't even think there's any other point situations really in Venom 2. It's just Starwolf. Which why that one's even harder to get medal.
Dude.
And they fixed the cutscene skip trick. So it doesn't work anymore. In the original 64 and even 3D, if you skip the intro of Starwolf flying in on Ficina, Bowls, and Venom 2, you can get free hits on them. They fixed that in the remake, so it's impossible now. It's like, oh man, my cheese is gone. That sucks. Because some people are gonna actually want that cheese to actually get the medals on those levels, and now you just can't do it.
Man, why is Metroid Dreads run at like midnight tonight?
Yeah, that's a nice dead hour run. I don't know how I got put at the dead hour slot.
Why is it at midnight? Dude, I wanted to see Metroid. Like, the only time we're gonna see Metroid this marathon.
Yeah, I don't think any other game got in, but they made a t-shirt for it, so it's kind of funny. They made a shirt, and it's like dead hour.
Oh gosh, they got one of the runners dressing up as Sonic. Dream Team. I guess it reached a lot. But yeah, like, I was like, man, like the only Metroid game that's gonna be on the run is the Metroid Dread run, and it's at like night tonight. I'm like, dude, I can't watch this. I gotta go work tomorrow. Man, getting old sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Metroid Dread mode 100% run win. I think
I
he already did that.
Like, yeah, I did that in 2022.
did that
That was a few years ago. Those VODs you can find on the VOD channel. It's like one of the first things that actually that VOD channel had uploaded, funny enough.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right when you started the VOD channel.
Yeah, because that was around the summer of that year, I believe. So that's how that became one of the first.
He did it in response to me doing it, and then he was like,
which was funny because
like,
it actually wasn't that bad until I got to like certain areas.
You know, I know everybody wants to say
metal,
one.
dude.
What's that? I feel like a bug slice head. Anyways, I know that everybody's like, oh, one-hit KO modes are stupid. Yeah, they are. But I don't know, Dread mode felt weirdly, like, not bad about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, to me,
like,
it didn't feel as punishing because it was mainly just boss recognition. That was the hard thing.
Like, beating the boss, I mean, it's probably because they had, like, such generous you know, they had really good checkpoints in Dread.
Yeah.
Like, dying didn't feel like consequence half the time.
Yeah, big time. Alright, where are we going? We're going to the lava region. And then from here, I'm not looking for the P-switch. I'm looking for medallion.
Hayden, he said, I did not realize that. Well, good for you. You suffered.
Yep, I actually, mainly at the final boss, I would say. The rest of it wasn't that bad,
Yeah,
but the final boss is where I definitely feel like most of my deaths came
Ravenbeak
from. Okay, it's number 8.
Ravenbeak was hard. Yeah. Until I learned about the whole, power bombs can destroy his giant sun attack. Didn't even know that could do that.
That I legit had to learn that for that series, because otherwise that would have been impossible. Okay, on a roof on the northern bank of the hot spring. Oh, there's why I can't keep on... Like, I drive right past every time, because that's at a higher area. If I'm not mistaken.
Never ask me to 100% for 100% in games. I get bored and I play RPGs, so too much game.
That's fair. The kind of games I'm playing, unless it's a game like this, like the open world stuff, it's really not that bad. Yeah, there's the medal. The hardest game I've ever had to like 100% for anything like this was probably Breath of the Wild, just because of how massive it was. It wasn't hard per se, but it was just so much work. And I definitely felt like I missed a lot of different things, only because there was just so much. So I unfortunately was just walking past a lot of collectibles without even knowing it. That's just how that kind of game is.
Which, by the way, we're going to be doing Tears of the Kingdom later.
At some point, I still gotta beat it. That is still the thing that's on the docket. Although, because of the Ocarina remake coming out this year, I've been wanting to go back and just beat Tears of the Kingdom for my own sake, so I can at least see the ending of that game and be hyped for Ocarina. It just makes sense.
You know what? I hate that Tears of the Kingdom got kind of just like the bad rap when it came out. Because honestly, I like that game a lot. The final boss is like one of the most hypest things I've ever experienced in a boss fight in a game. I'm being dead serious.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fantastic game. I just think that a lot of people just didn't realize going into it, oh, this is going to be Breath of the Wild again, and we're still kind of fatigued of Breath of the Wild because of how big it is.
Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I was completely fine with it because I love Breath of the Wild so much. So I was like, okay, that just sounds like fun to me. But then again, like, the last time I played Breath of the Wild was like 2018, 2019. So I was like,
yeah.
I was ready to
for
have
you, it was a lot more fresh because of that reason.
Yeah.
That's why I had a harder time playing, and that's why I only played a few hours and dropped it. Because for me, Tears of the Kingdom came like a year or so after I finished that big 100% stream that took like the entirety of 2021. So I was still kind of fatigued. I definitely noticed that the more I was playing. It's like, this just feels like I'm playing Breath of the Wild again, and I'm tired of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people didn't click with like the few stuff, like the make their own things. I'm not the most creative person, so I probably end up just doing the basic stuff and then just downloading things on the internet from other people who want the cool contraptions. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I'm not that guy that's gonna make the cool thing. So I would probably just do that myself.
The Breath of the Wild 100% one-hit killer win.
God, I don't even know if that would even be possible.
on hero
I mean,
mode.
it kind of would be with master mode, but it's like
play on master mode, sorry.
it's like
Yeah.
man, it's like oh, ugh, I don't even know that'd be possible fighting a lot of different things. That's like I can't even think of going
Honestly-
through. Like I never got through the trials of the sword in master mode because of the regen enemies.
Yeah.
That's the real problem. It's just when you have a decent amount of equipment, it's fine. You get nothing in that mode. So the trials are awful in master mode. It's almost unplayable,
Has-
actually.
Ask Point Crow or Small Ant for that, to be honest. Yeah,
That is also
ask
true.
Small Ant because that man was crazy enough. He beat Platinum without gaining a single experience point.
Yeah. Oh, he's done a lot of like challenge runs like that. I know the one he's mostly known for was going through all of, I think it was Pokemon Heart Gold in particular, like the shiny only run.
Oh yeah, I love
Which
that
he said
run.
he'd
That
never
was
do
cool.
again because that was just extremely tedious. It wasn't hard, but it was just a lot of waiting and waiting
A lot
until
of
he got the thing to
just
show up.
resetting. It's like that's what it mostly comes down to.
Yeah. That is its big problem.
And that was on emulator.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't do that on actual console because if it took 150 hours in the game file, that's in real time now. That's why everyone does the challenge runs on emulator, because most of the challenge runs are literally just, you're sitting there grinding a thing for hours upon hours, but those hours become minutes because of fast forward.
I haven't beaten Master Mode on Breath of the Wild yet. I got like, I want to say I got like got to two Divine Beasts, and that's about it. I haven't even beaten the game on it. Probably
Yeah.
will eventually.
That's fair.
We're getting close, aren't we?
Yeah.
How close?
We're less than 20 B switches. It's like 394 if I remember correctly here.
Yeah.
Let me put on the medallion list. So I got two around here. There's one I think that's like here. It's supposed to be
really
hidden
considering-
somewhere here.
Ethan, you brought that up. I've been watching a lot of Nuzlocke lately too. Like I was watching, me and Amber have been watching Doc Snack's hardcore Nuzlocks for like that triple battle, rotation battle,
Yeah.
and whatnot. Those are funny and those are great. I love watching Nuzlocks. Yeah, Maryland has some amazing Nuzlocke. I love Nuzlocke. They're fun. I thought about doing one time, but well, that idea can still happen.
Yeah, that's true.
What does my Pokewalker say? Dude, I did 20,000 steps today. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's a lot of walking. You're supposed to do 10,000 today, and that's double.
I'm so tired, dude. No wonder I was so tired today. Dude, I'm gonna be on like this Pokewalker thing has made me so like self-conscious about walking a lot.
Yeah, I can understand that. That is kind of its point. So it's doing its
I
job.
don't know.
Oh, here we
I was doing a pedometer and whatnot, but I don't know. I just thought that was so cool. Like I was like, dude, I haven't been so self-conscious about how many steps I take during the day, and yeah, I was like, well, I did 20,000 steps today. That's great. 20,000 is about my average from work. I walk so much at work. I know. I kind of do too. I have to move stuff and do a lot of stuff, like filling stuff. Except when I'm running my line. Most of the time when I'm running my line, I'm sitting down at a station. So it's like, I don't really get in my step zone during the day at that point, but that's okay. I try to aim for at least like 10,000 a day, because I think that's the normal when I can. Got like 900 watts today, that's great. Did I unlock a new route? Hope so. Giraffe rig is getting really happy on these walks. I've been putting a giraffe rig as my fucking walker. I don't know. I like giraffe rig. Giraffe rig's a great Pokemon. I thought about when we played Scarlet and Violet. I thought about getting a fur giraffe, but I just didn't get one. I don't know why.
You pretty much already had a full team at that time, to be fair. Yeah. So that's probably why.
Yeah. What about its evolution? I really like Farigiraf. I think its design is great. I think it's Oh,
I think that's where it's supposed to be.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a good trick room setup. Oh, so it's Cresselia? Yeah, it's Cresselia, but not as bulky. Might be a little bit faster than Cresselia. I don't know. Let me go look at its stats. I haven't really looked at Graph's stats. Let me look at Graph's BST. Base stat total. It's got 120 HP, 90 attack, 70 defense, 110 special attack, 70 special defense, and 60. Okay, so maybe it's not bulky.
Yeah.
No, it is bulky. It's got a lot of HP. It's more of a bulky special attacker. And it has a pretty decent attack stat. Whereas Cresselia, I know that Cresselia is a bulky son of a gun. Let me bring up Cresselia's BST. Yeah, that's bulky as heck. 120 HP, 70 attack, 110 defense, 75 special attack, 120 special defense, and 85 speed. Yeah, it's a tank. It's just
that definitely sounds more like a setup mod than anything else. A good tank.
Yeah. Yeah, Shuckle, Gastrodon, and Cresselia is bulky as heck. I never used the Gastrodon before. I've always, when I've played Gen 4, always go Floatzel for some reason. And I think I'm just gonna change it next time. 4 game. Is Gastrodon a good Pokemon? Okay, yeah, it's great. Okay, good. That's what I thought. I haven't tried it.
I was gonna say, I've used one once and I liked it.
Like, I like Floatzel because I don't know, I like Weasel. I like the family, Weasel family.
Oh, here it is.
It's definitely one of those Pokemon that's like, if you use it in the game, you kind of lose it. It kind of like falls off after a while. And
That's fair.
I didn't know if like Gastrodon was a lot better. Try that next. Or if I'm crazy enough, I'll go for Bass and just sit in the cave, go to 4 tiles and during the day go find a Feebas. Because, crazy, stupid way out of get it. I'm not, like, whenever it comes to, like, bulky, I'm so used to, like, water types being super bulky that I'm like, I don't expect them to do that much damage. So yeah, I kind of figured Gastrodon's more of a. I'm here. I'm a bulky water type that only has one weakness, and my job is to go. I mean, he's a sea slug for Pete's sake. I don't expect him to go fast. So, yeah. I mean, water ground is such an OP type combination, anyways. So it's just like that already is appealing just to its typing alone.
Yeah. Especially if
Dude,
you get
like,
something like Water Absorb as the ability, because then that Mon just gets another immunity.
What is Mon's abilities again? It's like
I think you can get Water
Drain,
Absorb as one
like
of them.
Storm Drain, I think. I think I'm bringing up Gastrodon Pokédex. Sticky Hold Storm Drain. Okay, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Draws all water type moves and ups its special attack. It's basically Flash Fire for water types.
Yeah, I wouldn't really go with that one.
No. That's actually a good ability because it literally makes water. Yeah, water types do no damage to it. It literally draws it in and it just.
Oh, so it acts
nothing.
like Water Absorb at that point. Okay.
Yeah, except it just doesn't heal. It just ups its special attack, which is.
That's probably why I
frankly
thought
better.
it had Water Absorb, because I even forgot what that ability did.
Yeah, you want Storm Drain. Sticky
Oh, yeah.
Hold is just a stupid ability, and don't ever forget that.
Yeah, that one didn't sound good. Like, I'm gonna stick to that one not being a great ability.
Sticky Hold's dumb. I mean, like,
Oh, that's out of bounds?
all it does is
Okay.
Sticky Hold, all it does is it just makes it so that a Pokemon can't steal your item. That's it. Oh no, like the one move that can steal. I don't know, there's a couple moves, but like one or two moves that can affect us. When are you ever gonna run into that situation?
Yeah, that's kind
No,
of what
you
that
never
boils
know.
down to. It's a move that literally is very situational.
Yeah, it's a situational ability. I mean, in
Yeah.
competitive, yes, because most of the time, like, people are running switcheroo or trick or
Oh,
or
sure.
anything
Yeah, in a
else.
competitive
Yeah,
scene,
that
I can
makes
see
sense.
that.
But like, if you're playing like through the main game, yeah, it's just don't bother with it. It's not even worth it. Yeah, like when you're running and playing competitively, and like you run into people using trick and stuff like that all the time. Yeah, Storm Drain is pretty preferable here. Yeah. So I shouldn't say Sticky Hold's stupid. It's stupid if you're playing base game. You know what is dumb, though? Playing Heart Gold. Knockoff. Yes, knockoff. I forgot about that. That's the other move I was thinking of. You encounter knockoff quite often. So that's okay. Maybe Sticky Hold isn't as useless as I thought it was. You know what's funny? I've been looking at ways of certain trainers to steal items from that are really good. Like, ever since I found out that one trainer in Kanto and Heart Gold and Soul Silver, his muck is holding a toxic orb, which, you know, I have a Guts Heracross, he would love that. So,
Yep.
Yeah, when I found out about it, I was just looking online, like, okay, let me go see if there's any other cool, like, items that they're holding that I could just, you know, bloop, steal from. And there was one. It was a trainer. This is the crazy stuff I have to do to think about outside the box. There's was one trainer on the cycling road in Kanto and Heart Gold Silver. He has a level 47 Gulpin. Okay? He's a level 47 Gulpin. That Gulpin is holding Black Sludge, which, you know, that's just leftovers for poison types.
Essentially, yeah.
So, yeah, it's basically, it heals a little bit at the end of every turn for poison. So I was like, okay, I'll steal that. Come to find out that Gulpin it has Sticky Hold. We're talking about Sticky Hold. I ran into this problem. That Gulpin has Sticky Hold. I can't steal it. I'm like, well, that's a problem. How do I fix this problem? This is how I do it. I grab a Kadabra out of the box, teach it skill swap. Pull it out, skill swaps. I have sticky hold, then switch it and use it.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
I was like, I had to think outside the box to fix this problem. I was like, okay, I'll get this Kadabra, and I'll teach him skill swap. He'll go into battle, he'll skill swap the Gulpin, and he won't have sticky hold no more. Yeah, knockoff is one of the most common competitive moves out there. That and fake out. I'll tell you what, fake out is such a good move, dude. Oh, on my rotation battle video, like 14 years ago, I had my Togekiss just trick my opponent Pokemon items all around.
I mean, again, if it works, it works. Sometimes those kind of solutions, they're actually more simple than they sound.
Oh god, okay. I gave Black Sludge to Spherathorn. Does Black Sludge do anything else to Pokemon that aren't poison type? I feel like it should poison. Does it do that?
Damages every turn. Yeah, I think I'd want to use that. If that's the case, then that's very powerful.
Okay. Okay, so it does damage. Okay, it just does. Okay, I got the thing here. It says Black Sludge is a held item that acts like leftovers, but is exclusive to poison type Pokemon. If poison types hold it, they recover 1/16 max HP each turn. But if it's held by a non-poison type, the Pokemon takes 1/8 damage per turn.
Ooh, yeah, don't give it anything but poison, then.
Jesus.
I'm not surprised, because literally in the name itself, it is saying, yeah, this is strictly for a poison type. Don't give this to anyone else.
It was hilarious. So that, yeah, the guy he gave Black Sludge to Ferrothorn. It's like, well, guess what, buddy? You're taking 1/8 damage per turn.
Yeah, I mean, the AI is very smart, huh? It's like, oh yeah, this is perfect. This is my Pokemon. You didn't read the fine print, didn't you? Fine print? We have 8 switches left. 8.
That's the Togekiss at the start had a burn orb. Oh, jeez. Flame orbs. Okay, so you guys can probably answer my question. Alright, so if a Pokemon has Guts, Guts is like, you know, if it has a status condition, forget what if it's paralyzed, poison, burn. Well, those are the only ones that you can do that's not, you know, that incapacitates the Pokemon. If you have a Guts Pokemon and it's burned, does it still take that half attack, like, debuff because it's burned before the Guts boost is calculated?
That's a good point, because I always thought I would have to nullify that. Otherwise, then Guts just doesn't work at all with the burns.
Like, does the burn status still have its attack before Guts comes in and gives its little multiplier?
That is something definitely worth looking up at that point, because I imagine the community's probably found that answer.
If you want to mid-max this, then you would probably want poison rather than burn.
Oh yeah, easily.
Because, I mean, why would you still want to take half the attack?
Yeah, like at that point, it makes no sense to take the attack debuff to get an attack buff. At that point, not even balancing
Yeah, you're trading one thing for another. You're pretty much just net zero at that point. Oh, it ignores the penalty. Thank goodness.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because that would make no sense otherwise.
That would make no sense to do it that way, then. Any status condition activates guts, well, except frozen. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's like paralysis, burning, and poison are like the only status that doesn't truly incapacitate. When I say incapacitate, I mean like makes it so they can't move. They're like the only status that does that. Like banner statuses, I should say, because I know people are like, well, confusion's not really a...
Yeah, confusion's
It's
not
a
really a
status
thing that
ailment,
changes your stats, really, and that's what I would consider in this argument.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, confusion is a status, but it's not like it's not a banner status.
Yeah.
Like it's not a status you see on the banner. Pokemon that has it. So, yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, surely they would just ignore the penalty, and thankfully they do. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, why would you want to burn your Pokemon if you have guts? Because it still has to have attack.
Fun fact
debuff.
about that mission
So,
that we just did. That was my
good.
first open world mission in this game. That one that you just gather blue points from thwomps. That was literally the thing it dropped me into when I first jumped into free roam. Because I didn't do that when I first booted the game. The first thing I did was going right into Grand Prix.
Guts is terrifying. Yes, it is. You know what's scary? A Swellow that has facade.
Oh, I always hear that
That's
thing is
scary.
like the most terrifying mon at that
Dude.
point, yeah.
A Swellow that has a toxic orb and it has facade. That's horrifying. Just thinking about it.
Sorry, down in
Because,
front.
One, facade. Yeah, Swellow with facade can do so much damage because Swellow has guts. It hits stat for facade, and facade's effect. If it has a status ailment, it doubles its power. It's like, dude, it's like multipliers on multipliers at this point. Dude, Swellow with facade is just nuts. Gosh.
Alright, we're gonna take a detour at the moment because I'm seeing I need 2 medallions that aren't in this last location. So I'm gonna go grab those before we go to Bowser's Castle. I don't want to go in there beforehand and then feel like I missed something. Oh, what was the one I missed here? It has to be literally just driving around the area.
You know one thing in this playthrough, I'm sorry I keep tanging about this stuff. I know you're busy talking about this, but
Well, that's just
like,
kind of what this is. This is more of like the podcast game because it's like we can do literally any kind of conversation and Mario Kart's in the background.
One thing I have to say, with... What am I talking about? Oh, yeah, the one thing that I've done in this playthrough of Heart Gold Soul Silver that I am glad I did was I breeded an Eevee with Wooper and
I
Slowpoke
got that one.
to make an Eevee that has Curse and Yawn, because my Umbreon has been nothing but an awesome contributor to my team because it has both Curse and Yawn. Dude, it is a boss slayer if you let it, if it doesn't.
There, that should be all but 3. And those 3 are in this last area. If I look here, I should have all but 4. And yes, this is it. The last set of items are in Bowser's Castle. Final boss of the video game. Which means it's time for the most basic man to come back out. I feel like it's going to be the most fitting to finish where we started. Mario. Standard ass Mario. Even standard card and everything. Oh, I remember this mission. Did they ever fix this glitch? I think they did. I want to see if they did for a second. There was a glitch, I think, in particular with this mission, where if you went in the pipe and immediately canceled, like this. Yeah, they fixed it. I believe when this game first came out, there was a weird bug where if you quit the mission going to this pipe, the game didn't correct your position, so you're just stuck in the wall. So it was kind of funny, because people use that as a weird opportunity to take some pictures. One down, 3 to go. This actually drops me in front of the next one. So that's
Yeah.
convenient.
We got this. We got this. We're almost done, guys. We are almost done. Isn't
And
that
now it's making me
crazy?
wonder how I'm going to handle the other things if we want to even look at like the 3 stars. Because now I am literally just going to do what I said and just, I guess we're going to live literally for like one cleanup thing. We wanted to show off the 3-star thing. Because that's now
Yeah.
the only thing that's going to be left, technically. At this point, I'm just kind of finishing all these P-switches right now, only because they are lined up. I'm going to end on a P-switch mission, so I'm going to leave that one, which, of course, it's a... Actually, no. Never mind. I activated this one, we can warp back to it. I don't want to end on a blue coin collecting one. And that's what this one is. So I'm going to leave the race around Bowser's Castle for the final one. And we'll warp back to that when we're ready. I like just seeing that kind of like duology in the chat. It's like, oh my god, this is the hard mission, and it's done. Just instantly. Sometimes you just get the hard missions first try and just autopiling. I've gotten used to, with the rail things in particular, don't just constantly jump off these rails, because that makes these missions harder. I've gotten used to just riding it out and waiting. I say that as he got like the... this is why I hate shake tricking. You know what I did? I rest the controller literally like this on my lap for a quick second. And it kind of shaking the controller. That's why I wish you can turn shake tricks off. Because they trigger by the tiniest of movements with a Pro Controller.
Just got my copy of Art Tonacilio 3 PS3 in today. Limited edition. Surprisingly good shape. That's good. I still need it. Like, there's a couple of things like I'd like to do eventually whenever I do get the money for it. I have a bunch of like DS game like I sold a bunch of my DS, not like all of them, but like a lot of my DS games back in the day, but I kept the cases. So one of these days, like, I'm gonna gradually try to refill in my library of DS games by just getting the loose games, so that way I can put in the case.
That's a smart way of handling it, because you already have one of the most expensive parts.
Yeah. Yeah. I still like to get Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorer Sky one day.
Yeah, I know that's
miss that
hard
good
because
stuff,
that's price tag just skyrocketed.
Yeah, I'm so mad at my... Like, literally, like, that's the one thing I just don't understand. That's, like, literally, like, one of my favorite games in my... Wait, how did you not get that game? I do have... I used to have it, but back in the day, like I said, I can talk about that. I had a bunch of people I was acquainted with back in the day, and they always, when they come over to my house, they'd always try to like make me feel bad because I own a lot of video games. This one, I'm younger, and they somehow convinced me to get rid of some of the games because they said, "Well, you don't need these. Why keep these?" All these other things, and looking back at it now, it was dumb. It was dumb. But they made me sell a bunch of my stuff back in the day, and one of the casualties was Explorers of Sky, and that to this day it hurts me so bad because it's literally like one of my favorite. Yeah, they weren't good friends.
No, 100%. Those are the kind of people that are really just around you because of that point. They already have much of an attachment.
They always criticize the way I live my life or my interests, so...
Yeah. I felt like at that point you were just there kind of be the punching bag, and I hate when people are like that.
You know, I talked about this. I think I might have talked about this before, but if I didn't... Yeah, I was not too happy. Like, it was just a... This is a mess. And to this day, I regret it because I lost a bunch of games I played when I was a kid and I liked. And, like, the biggest regret was Explorers of Sky. I still have Explorers of Time and Darkness. For some reason, I still have those games. I don't know why I got rid of Sky, but, like, I got the other ones, but I don't know. I know they're roughly the same game. It's basically the same game. The only difference is Sky has more options, and it has like extra episodes you can play of different characters and such. Yeah, it has more post game. That's about it. But yeah, I don't know why I got rid of it. Well, I know why I got rid of it. I was
gonna say, we technically know the reason. It's just that's the problem.
I know the reason. I got bullied into it. So. One of these days, I'm gonna get it back.
Oh, that's why I can't find it. Okay, that's me. I forgot I can go into the course for this.
Do I have Super Mystery Dungeon? Yes, I do have Super Mystery Dungeon. I haven't played it yet, though. I don't know if I have Gates to Infinity or not. I want to say I do, but my brother had that game, not me. That was his game he bought, and when he left the house, he left it for up. But I don't know if I still have it or not. Like, I think it's on my shelf, but I don't know if the game is in the box or not. I heard it's the best one after Sky. Okay, so Super Mystery Dungeon's really good. I have it, I just haven't kind of what story of my life has it. So Gates to Infinity is okay. Overall weak entry. That's what I also heard. But one thing I will say is the remake of Mystery Dungeon DX, like in Purity Forest, the super dungeon of that game, they have the music for Gates to Infinity in it. Really nice. It does pick up late game, but that's it. Okay. I haven't played it. I want to play it. I love
All
the
medallions.
series.
Final
Yay!
thing. Here's the final thing.
Almost done.
It's literally
Plus,
now
just like,
just
oh,
this
what?
one P-switch. And you know what time it
One
is.
P-switch?
Welcome to Mario Kart. Racing around the course to end the P-switch grind, I think is the best way of ending this. And sending
So
apparently
Rosalie
Rosalie into
just
the
blew
moon.
up,
Okay,
yeah.
what happened there?
We are almost done, guys. This is literally it. And 100% of the open world. I can't believe how fast you've done this, dude.
This is what, part
Yeah, I
6?
thought-
Technically only session 6 and we're done with the free run, which is insane. I thought it was going to be at least 7 or 8 weeks, not 6.
However, this is quite literally memories of Ethan from like 12 years ago, so some things are a bit spotty in my memory. Gosh. Yeah, they are the truth, man. I hate getting old. I miss when I had fun with video games when I was younger and I was happy. I miss being happy.
Mood.
I did like the music from Gates of Infinity. I did listen to its soundtrack, and I thought its soundtrack was good. But, I mean, that's... Most Mystery Dungeon has really good music. So, I mean, the Pokemon game that doesn't have good music? When does that ever happen?
I mean, for the most part, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm having a hard time even thinking of a game that has a weaker soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dash
Dash
probably is one of the weaker ones.
You know
It's
what's
one of the only
funny
ones I
is,
can
like,
think of.
I think the heck, it's so weird when I talk about Dash like that, because, like, I remember, like, that was, like, one of the first DS games that came out, and I remember vividly playing the heck out of Dash a lot, and not thinking too much that it was like, this is bad, or anything like that. Now, looking back at it, it's like, oh, God, that game wasn't that good.
People are getting screwed over by just the AI. This is why this is the most fitting way to end this. Just RNG.
I do know there are Dash apologists out there.
That's
I
fair.
used to be an apologist, I guess.
I can say that about a lot of games, though, so it's not even just about that one game.
I just remember when Dash came out, I had to be
Oh my
careful
God.
because I was worried. I was worried about ruining my screen
Yep.
on the DS. I remember that game was like very swipe down, swipe down, swipe down kind of game.
Yeah, it was very heavy on just the touchscreen stuff, which is not great without a screen protector, obviously.
Mm-hmm. This mission seems rough. Yeah, I remember this race, the P-switch. This one was not easy by any stretch of the mean. This one was one of the harder ones. But then again, there's a lot of lava everywhere, and if you're not careful, it'll just take you out like real quick. And then you're like,
if you get
I have
stuck
to
in
start
lava
over
and
again.
void, then that's the end of the mission, so that's also what makes this harder.
Yeah. Oh, apologists are people who defend the game after saying it's a terrible game for such a long time. Oh, that's what apologists are? I thought apologists were just like fanboys.
Yeah, no, it's more accusing the quality of the game. That's what it means. And that's it. all 3 of the things are yellow now. So 150 of the panels, 394 of the P-switches, and 200 of medallions. We have to go somewhere else because I can't show you anything on this map. It is awful. Let's warp to Koopa Troopa Beach because it's like the furthest away from everything. So I can literally just drive away.
And you hate this map.
Yeah, I mean, it's the worst map in the game. Hence why I'm driving away. Actually went the wrong way. I need to go the other direction if I don't want to be on the map. Yeah, like this.
We did it,
There you
guys.
go.
We 100%ed the video game. Well, I mean, in terms of...
The free roam, which is what the main objective was, Amy. Like, everything else was extra. Getting the character costumes was extra. Getting the knockout and the GP stuff, that's extra. So I don't recount it. So here it is. I can't show you all the panels because you get the point. There is all of your P's. It's a lot of P. And there's all your medallions. As you can tell, the medallions are way more spread out for some reason. But the P-switches were definitely the biggest thing, because they were clumped in pretty much every corner of the map. The only dead zones mainly are down here in the water area, because they have a few water missions here and there, but most of the P-switches are on land. So this is the only part of the map that feels kind of barren. But yeah, there's your scope. If you need a picture of this yourself, I'm going to do you a service right now. Get rid of the webcam, and we can get rid of chat for a second. This is how it looks. So this is everything here. This is everything here. And finally, last option. Trust me, this helps for 100% to have a picture like this. So there you go. The main objective has been cleared. And what do you get for it?
Nothing.
Yeah, literally absolutely nothing. It's just... all you get is whatever stickers you unlock from each one of the collectibles from the missions. That's it. That's all you get. They don't give you really anything else, which is kind of a sad thing. At least they give you little bumps here that tell you if you're missing some of the stickers, but it doesn't tell you what the stickers are you're missing. That's what I hate about the sticker menu.
We get nothing. Yay.
This is all the stickers outside of whatever we do for the last little thing, because I'll do probably a bonus stream of just going through all the extra things with Knockout and GP. Which that probably wouldn't even be that long. It'd probably be like maybe 2 hours at most if I had to guess. Because I gotta go through all the things as a reminder for what's there. It's all the mirror mode stuff so I can get 3 stars and everything. Because mirror counts as the true 3-star. Because as of right now, it's just this. Gold.
Still better than what you get for Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
That's true.
You get poop.
I think the better reward in Breath of the Wild is just getting all the shrines because you actually get a fully maxed out character. That's the part that legitimately makes sense. This is what we're going to be trying to achieve. In all modes. All 4 have a trophy. I kind of thought it actually changed the color a little bit of the trophy, like making it a more dark gold, but no. I guess I just had this weird like Mandela effect in my head. But yeah, that's the true goal, and as I was saying throughout the whole series, if you're doing the
That's the best costume for Rosalina, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best in the game. If you're getting the 3 stars on all the things, do it in mirror mode because it counts as an unlock for all 4. And I proved it last week when we had the new knockouts because I did both of them in mirror and we got 3 stars and everything.
Wait. Hold up. Go back to that screen.
What, this screen?
Is that all the knockout? Yeah, is that all?
Yeah, these are the 2 that are in the game now, and then
again?
all the question marks are going to be what we're getting down the road. So they're adding 2 per major update when they do this. So there's still another, what is that? 3 updates of
3
knockout
updates?
GPs.
That's cool.
And this dropped on a random Tuesday, so who knows when they're going to do the next set.
Dropped on a random Tuesday right before everything hit the fan with everything else.
Well, in the middle of everything else, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, right, because I was going for drag. You can kind of see the 3 stars, but it'll be a better example when I actually go through it proper, because I'm not doing that right now, obviously. I do feel like we need to celebrate by getting a picture. I guess the best place for it will be in Peach Stadium, where you can get mirror mode unlocked. I'm not actually doing mirror mode, dear God. No, I want a normal picture. I could be that weird guy. It's like, here's the 100% mirror mode. It's the same thing, but now I just flip the screen. Thank God you don't have to 100% this game in open world twice. Imagine if free roam didn't count in mirror mode. God, that'd be terrifying.
It's not like a game does that before. Crash 4?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yoshi's
see,
Crafting
thank
World.
God. Yeah, although to be fair, that game just literally had no structure. You just did everything again. 5 times, at least. Maybe more.
Oh, Matt, when I was playing Pragmata, they have a poster for a Resident Devil 3, which is so
That is a interesting sentence.
I still want to try Pragmata at some. Everybody seems like they really like it. Amber said she watched a little bit of the run on GDQ and it looked cool.
Yes, Mario agrees. I love doing that.
Yeah! Go buy the game keycard!
Nah, I'm good, thanks. I'll just get it on Steam at that point.
No,
See,
Mario,
that's how Mario feels
keycard.
about game key cards. Oh my God, I
It's
forgot
so
it just
fun.
does that.
Okay, good,
Reset,
I'm
reset.
Thank you so much for playing my game keycard.
So cursed when you do that. Alright, let me just get a decent face. Maybe something that doesn't look
Oopsie,
like
I made
he's
a-
about ready to, you know, experience
Yeah,
November a little early.
He said, oopsie, I had a poopsie.
God. Yeah, I got like a lot of interesting expressions, but I still think that's probably the best one for this. Dear God, everything else is just cursed. No, I'm not trying to do stream work now. What are you talking about? I'm not making a thumbnail. He says as he just made a
He
thumbnail.
needs to be happy. We 100% of the
Look, I'm in the
game.
middle of everything.
right?
It's easier, man, to do it on the Switch, too. And plus, it's 1080p. God, what an interesting experience. I will say, like, I still enjoy going through the free roam stuff. I still need to do this on my own file, because I have a majority of the collectibles, but not all of them. I specifically wanted to wait to finish that, though, until I did this on the stream. It just makes more sense for the bigger payoff. Because I just been doing this in my own time, just kind of screwing around. I have not really been tracking anything. So I'm going to mainly now just be using some reference images to finish my job. This wasn't really that hard. And again, shoutouts to having proper trackers. I've been using the techtangents.net tracker this whole time, and that made this so much easier because that specific version, I've showed it off in the past.
That's why we got
But now I can show off the new version that has all the things just clicked off. Like, with the browser feed, here it is. That's how it looks now. Everything is gray. And that's what we love to see, because when we first started, everything was not. It was all lit up. I can't zoom in. It's like that, where you can see the blue, you can see all the gold and such. It's like, that's how my map looked, but the whole thing. Now, not so much. Now everything is completely grayed out, meaning we got everything. But this is why this was easy for me to find stuff, because I had proper picture locations for everything. I had an idea of what the missions were even called beforehand, knowing what to get into. The only thing I didn't have is sometimes the medallions showed you exactly where to get them, while other times it was like, figure it out, forehead. By the way, here's a medallion here. That's not where you collected, it was like over here. So sometimes the medallions were all, but the panels were not. They all had locations. And same for the P-switches. It makes this so much easier. If you're playing any open world game, this is not just a Mario Kart thing. Any open world game that has this much stuff to do, please use some kind of tracking software. Something. Even though the game might have its own built-in one, you're gonna want an external tracking software of some kind, because this is too much even for the game to keep track of. So it kind of skimps out on what's shown. Like, our tracker didn't show us anything until we collected it, which for the P-switches wasn't bad, because once you activate a P-switch, then it shows up on the map. But everything else has to be done for it to show up on the map, so the map is worthless until you actually do the objective. This is how I recommend anyone go through this stuff, if they're going out of the way for 100%. Don't do this on a first playthrough, because just experience the game first, because that's the better way of doing things like that. This game just works best, I feel, if you're just driving around, just kind of doing whatever, and then you just run into a P-switch or a medallion here somewhere, and it's like, ooh, I feel like doing the trick your way to the top of the gate mission today. That sounds fun. And then you just get to experience the game in its full glory.
And then whenever you're trying to figure out which ones you did, thankfully, they added the trackers here and then show you where you got it. So
because this is all the game did when it first came out for a few months. All it did was show you all the panels you got in courses, which wasn't really helpful at all, and the characters on the map, which help you keep track of your costumes. But again, wasn't really that helpful. And you can only warp between the characters and the stages. So later updates that added in the P-switch and the Peach Medallion map data. This was a huge deal, especially now that we can just go to a random P-switch and just warp to it. That also is what made this so much better. Doing this in the 1.0 days is just terrible. So I'm glad I just waited. Honestly. I chipped away at this here and there when the game first came out. But now to do it seriously, this is the time to do it. And yeah, for you, Aiden, doing all this before the game updated, that's like, I still give you credit for doing it, because dear God, this is just not easy. It's possible, but it's just kind of a headache.
Yeah. I did like this series a lot. I don't know, it was chill and relaxing.
Yeah, really was. And that's why I say, for me, I kind of felt more like this was a podcast, essentially. It's just Mario Kart in the background. We got just to talk about whatever. And I do like doing that kind of stuff. And I have ideas of more games to stream that are basically like this. But at the time, they are me just playing a game for the first time, which is kind of bouncing back and forth in conversation between whatever we're doing and then me focusing on what's going on. I will say,
though, I know we didn't mention it beforehand, but it wasn't until after the last stream, but you did have your single most best achievement of a stream yet last stream.
Yeah. No, that random raid we got from a very big name I wasn't expecting. That was just very cool.
That was cool. You had well over like 300 people in chat. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't even know at the time, so thank God I didn't look.
He didn't even look. He didn't look at it until he did not look at it until I told him after stream, and I was like, "Did you know you had like 300 people in your stream?" He's
like,
"What?"
Nope. See, I stream without looking at the viewer count. You know how I showed you how we're doing the open world stuff? That's all that's on my other screen. And then over on the OBS side is the chat. I don't have any viewer metrics because that is not the way to go. That's a way to stress people out more, and it does surprise me after the fact. I didn't even see the raid information coming in. And my chat was so small, I feel bad. Shoutouts to the man who did raid. It's C Reacts. I got the name wrong in the middle of the stream because his name was so much smaller in my chat and it was moving a lot faster, and I feel bad about that. So that's just how I am, to be fair. If long watchers of the channel know I'm bad at pronouncing usernames. Not surprising.
Yeah. And like Ethan said, they stayed for quite a while. Like, you stayed consistent most of the stream.
That's true.
Shoutouts to that, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So,
thank you.
To end this, I'm just going to do a race through Rainbow Road as we're just giving away the final thoughts on the open world stuff. I still am going to be doing one more thing like we mentioned. I'm going to try to go through all of the Knockout and Grand Prix 3-star. That'll be its own separate thing. And if time allows after the fact, then I might just transition to a proper multiplayer session of the game. So that's why for now we are done with Mario Kart World, essentially.
I will
It was a
say,
fun ride.
this is like the best Rainbow Road that this franchise has ever done.
Yeah.
Hands
That's why you
down.
gotta end on it, man. It's just so good.
This is the best one. I know I sing 7's Rainbow Road's praises because I really did like Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road a lot. But this Rainbow Road kind of blew everything out of the water.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's fantastic.
which is so nice, considering that 8 had the worst one.
Yeah, 8's was okay, but it really felt hollow by comparison. Yeah, hopefully people enjoyed going through the free roam stuff. That was definitely a very fun experience, something I've always chipped away at here and there. So it's something I'm glad I fully experienced, which actually made me, with all the depressing news in the past month, made me go through it on my own time in the middle of this, just to kind of have something to do.
Yeah.
It's still just a chill game just to boot up and just kind of play, even in the free roam like that, just to experience the world. That's how you're supposed to learn all this stuff anyways. Minus this stuff, because you can't do any of that. I kind of failed at mid-turn. I didn't get enough of a turn, because I'm not used to playing as Mario Standard Kart. But, yeah, that's how you're supposed to learn how to really play the game. Open world's designed for you to be able to go in, practice the movement in the game, practice running through the courses, and even learn a lot of the intermission routes, too. So it's really a gateway to the rest of the game, and I think it's well designed for what it is.
But yeah, like, overall, overall, I thought this series was great. I had a fun time talking with you and chat and everything. Got to
Yeah,
hang
and
out
that's
with you
another
guys.
thing we did different, too, because I haven't done this in a while. Okay, I gotta go die really quick. Hang on. That's faster. I'm not kidding. That is actually faster, so it's worth it. Yeah, we haven't done a co-com thing in a while because it's normally a lot harder to do that kind of stuff nowadays, especially with the kind of games we play. I know a lot of people come for the streams to that one streamer in particular, not a lot of extra people. I've reserved this a lot of the time now for multiplayer because it just makes the most sense. But I do like sometimes having people in if it makes sense and the game in question is very laid back like this, and that's easy enough. The big 100% completions are times I feel like that could work. How the heck did I get a hammer in first?
How did
The
you
item
get a
scaling,
hammer?
the item scaling in this is so whack, dude. Yeah, I don't know the shortcut. I think I'm supposed to go to that pole, not the third pole. That's fine. I'm farming for mushrooms. See? I wasn't kidding.
You weren't kidding. Oh no, he inked me.
Didn't matter when they're going to
bad.
a speed booster.
Doesn't matter. We won.
And there
Who
you
cares?
go.
But
That
yeah,
was a
I had
good
a lot of fun
bookend
with
to
it,
Mario Kart
so
World.
This was a fun series. I know technically we're not done yet, but for this stuff at least, you know.
Yeah. I'm not as worried, though, about doing the 3-starring, though, for Knockout and GP. Because especially now with this update, it's just going to be RNG for Knockout Tour. If I don't get a good first lap, you reset, but now more than ever. Because of the weird update scaling. But that's how it was anyways. And once you get the good first lap, It's pretty simple. I will use rewind going into both of those now for the sake of time, so we will be able to do it all in one session. I can guarantee that. Just because of how broken rewind is. But again, that's a different thing. That'd be a bonus to this whole series, kind of its own separate thing. And that'll still be fun, either way. But that's it, though. We'll be back probably next week for that, just to finish it up. And as like I said, if time allows, then we could transition into a multiplayer at the end of that session. We'll see. But either way, that's it, though, for tonight. We still have one more stream this week, though, as there is a Splatfest starting technically tomorrow in Splatoon 3 for the release of Splatoon Raiders later in the month. So I wanted to cover that, and that's what we'll be doing on Saturday night. So come back here on Saturday for a Raiders Splatfest. I already made sure ahead of time. You might have noticed the answer is actually, hang on, I don't want to show that yet in case it shows my friend code information, because I don't want that shown. Oh wait, what am I doing? I don't even need to hide that. I took a screenshot for this specific reason. Team Speed. As you can tell by the icon they give you for the event. I already selected it.
Okay.
So, that's the team. We discussed it already, like, what was it, last week, because I wanted to know ahead of time, so with Team Speed. But, like I said, that'll be on Saturday.
Speed. Yeah, that was, that, okay, yeah, well, I'll be joining you on Saturday, and be on Team Speed.
Yeah, hopefully you can join yourself, Ethan. I know, like, it says, like, you're going to be going away next week, so I can imagine maybe that's why you wouldn't have a chance getting ready for a trip, which that's understandable. But, like I said, either way, that's it, though, for tonight from me. You want anything you want to add into this?
I think I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I did record my update video. I haven't done it yet. I need to. I'll probably do it this weekend. I'm distracted with games done quick, so that's gonna end on Sunday. So I'm just like, yeah. I end on Saturday night. Yeah, I'll get the update video. Yeah, the update video out soon. It kind of just goes over what explains my absence, video content creation for a while, and all that other stuff. It's kind of a heavy video. I'm talk about a lot of heavy stuff, so but other than that, I don't know when I'm gonna try to get back into the recording swing things again, hopefully soon. But as for streams, I don't know yet. I'll whenever I feel like it at this point, so
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Maybe get back around 6 or 7, you join, but if that 8, then you'd be off. That's understandable at that point. Well, by that hour, we'll still be going anyway, so I know, it'll depend on your schedule. Again, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Completely understand that. Thanks for the heads up, at least, so now I'll at least have an understanding. But again, that'll be our next thing. Come back here on Saturday for that one. That's all I got here, so I guess with that, we're done for the night then. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you back here on Saturday for that Splatoon Raiders Splatfest. Take care and have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.